what's going on, all my gamers, all my VTuber gamers? So the whole thing with SINDER has gone down. I know this has blown up a lot. I am not much of a reader, chat. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. So because of that, I am going to watch videos covering it, and I'm going to give you guys my opinion. That's why this video is going to be very long, because there's a very long video that I found by Tectone, chat. I know people have their opinions on Tectone. I love Tectone personally. And he is the one that I'm going to go to because his opinion, he keeps it down the middle, especially when it comes to creator stuff. So he actually is, in my opinion, probably one of the perfect people to react to this to. But let's go over the SINDER drama, chat. I said this is a joke, and I mean it. Why do all the worst VTubers have the biggest honkers? I don't know.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
let's watch this.
Seems we have a major controversy in the VTubing space.
Wow.
And the
That's us, chat.
reason why I really wanted to throw my hat into the ring is because everybody who's currently involved in this drama, this debacle, I have had personal and professional experience with every single one. I would say the VTubing space is really one of the more interesting ones because from a viewer perspective, it always seems like things are fine and dandy, but the more you peel back and you go underneath the surface, you realize...
I think it's just that people are very good at hiding things, if that makes sense. Like, people hide a lot from their viewers. You know, they hide relationships, they hide friendships, they fake friendships, and they do a lot of things especially they fake opinions because they want to seem like they are the right type of VTuber for you to watch. You know, they will lie on Twitter just because they want to have extra clout, because that will get you clout. Now, would it get you long-time viewers? I can't really say. But, you know, these V-tweeters, the scum of the earth, they will... I hate V-tweeters, chat. I don't know if you can tell. V-tweeters will do that all the time, and then it's like they will never put in an actual day's work of creating content.
How truly fucked up VTubing is, where everything in front of you is more so a show put on rather than actuality. VTubing is a space where if someone has drama, every single other VTuber will be so quick to cut connections, throw you underneath a fucking bus, burn a bridge, and call it a fucking day without even asking you for your side. I've seen a lot of people get wrong to the VTubing industry.
In this case, I think everyone is kind of right in a way to turn their back on SINDER, because oh my god, that apology was awful. She, like, threw her manager under the bus in a way where it seems like if she did that, everything would be okay, when she kind of missed the grand scheme of what actually is the problem, if that makes sense, chat. She is like, okay, I got rid of my manager. Can I come back now? It's like, well, no, that's not the problem. It's you. But, I mean, yeah, you know, it is what it is. And everybody is turning their back on SINDER. She's kind of crazy. I don't know if her fans will, though. I know a lot of them will. You know, I've seen a lot of posts of fans, you know, the Pyro Pups, shout out to the Pyro Pups, or if you are an ex-Pyro Pup, shout out to you guys, where they are super disappointed and sad and having buyer's remorse, showing their, you know, their merch. I myself have, I guess you would call it one piece of SINDER merch. That would be my SINDER G-Subs flavor. I have a Pyro tea, whatever the hell her flavor is. I have one of those. It was actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, man, I don't know. There still might be some diehard fans who would watch her, because there have been a lot of people who have done worse who have come back. In my opinion, she really? I mean, she never did anything that's gonna warrant her going to jail. It's just like, she's a piece of shit, if that makes sense, chat. I know we really need to get into this, right? This is almost a 2-hour long video. This reaction is going to be probably like 3 hours long. But yeah, in a way, I can still see people coming back to watch her, chat. I'm just going to say that.
As well as myself, two VTubers put a hate campaign behind the scenes on me, and I'll be real, and I mean this with no exaggeration whatsoever. There was one VTuber who reached out to me. One, a singular one, to get my side. which I feel like is fucking ridiculous. But at the end of the day, business is business. And I understand that a lot of people are so quick to cut off anything that could cause them flack on their career.
Right.
It's fucked up.
Just
it is what
business.
it is. I think VTubing is the hardest industry to make true friendships in, because I promise you, the moment anything can negatively affect somebody's career, they're going to burn a bridge entirely quickly. So
I know. I know we're like pausing before we even get to the document, but I have to say, as a VTuber, I've been VTubing for about, I would say, 3 years ish. I used to do a lot of VTubing content on my main Twitch. Like, I used to be just a Twitch streamer before I switched to Gacha, and mainly focusing on YouTube. And the reason why I do that is because, man, I cannot tell you just how lonely it is to do VTubing. Like, VTubing has put me around a bunch of people, and none of them have stuck around to talk to me. Right? I have done like multi-man collabs, like 30 people collabs. I walked away with like 0 friends. And to this day, I talk to like maybe 2 people from like back when I did VTubing. It's just like people, they're not, and I hate to say this, chat, but just people aren't your friends. And in a thing like VTubing, where people are just kind of faking it for the camera, you know, they're not going to reach out to you. When I stop reaching out to people is when I realize how many people just don't talk to me. That's when I figure that one out.
See,
and I'd rather learn it that way
very
than
well
just
be a piece
still
of shit.
trying to make friends with people who don't care.
Somebody else is being wronged. Cinder might actually be a piece of shit, but I will say this: out of all experience that I've had with Cinder, professionally and in person, been nothing but great. I think some of the best VTubers in the space that I've met so far, from what I know, are probably Aethel, Nyanners, Shy Lily,
Shout out to Nyanners.
Camilla.
Loves Shy Lily.
And honestly, Cinder was up there, to be completely honest. I think there's a lot of good people. Oh, also Buff Pup's also amazing. There's a lot of good people in the VTuber.
I didn't realize I was taller than her.
Tricky,
I thought she was going to be taller than me. I don't know why.
Misunderstandings can end someone's career. So before I
She's very sweet when I
like
met her, by the way. I
other
love Buff Pup.
VTubers where they immediately jump on the fucking witch hunt and immediately comment their stance before reading everything. This will be a 2-part video. I'm going to make that first and foremost. If you want to see the second part, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We are going to read everybody's experience with Cinder, and then we're going to do a follow-up video once Cinder puts out her response. If that response
she
is
did
not
already,
backlash,
by the way.
I will go over that, and that will be the end of this. But I feel like far too many people formulate their opinions without reading every single angle. And right now, I'm letting you know, even if you watch this whole video, you don't know the whole truth. There's 3 sides to every story. Person A's perspective, person B's perspective, and then there's the truth. And our objective here today is to get the closest to the truth as humanly possible. I feel like a lot of people get a bad rep for no reason due to people just not wanting to do their due diligence, and I will today be doing my due diligence. So let's read absolutely everything.
All right, here we go, chat. Let's get into it
as much as we possibly can.
Here we go.
And then we will go ahead.
I'm interested.
There. So
I don't know how this is gonna go.
The first post was put out by Cinder, obviously in response to Nanolus, which is, hello, I'm here to share something that's affected me personally and hurt others. This was very hard to me, but I feel it is necessary. Please do not send hate to anyone on my behalf. This is all I want to say.
Terminating my work with
someone
Cinder.
saying, please do not send hate to anyone on my behalf is the biggest load of bullshit of all time. This is going to happen no matter what you say.
I completely
you can tie
agree.
it up in a nice little bow and try to act like you don't want harm to go on anybody, but you know exactly what you're doing. This never does anything, and this is another bullshit thing that creators say when they're just trying to look good in a situation. Just edit this out. You know it's going to happen regardless. It will happen regardless, so stop acting like you're better than this. And Cinder says, effective immediately, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber activities. He is no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. I'm sorry, everyone. I'll make a larger response when I'm able.
I don't know if it's like, I don't know, man. I was just like, man, it feels like this was just like she thought this was gonna be like the answer to what was happening. I don't know. Let's keep going.
Redacted is Cinder's manager / alleged boyfriend at the time.
It is her boyfriend.
Who is seen doing some quote unquote allegedly. By the way, I want to remind everybody what the word allegedly means in 2025. The real definition of allegedly is there are things that are said have been done. However, we don't know the full context. We don't have full proof.
Right.
As of yet. We're going to see what concrete information have been brought. Every screenshot.
Someone said Shondo is always right. That's so true, Chat. Shondo is always right. Shondo knows all.
And the
Shondo called this 6 months ago, I believe.
Lens can go, the more it can capture the whole details of the situation.
Right.
So this response is obviously an analyst saying that Cinder's manager/boyfriend is a piece of shit. Great. And we have some other people's perspectives as well that we're going to go into after reading all of Nano's information here. So Nano says, I wanted to share my experience with Cinder and Ren manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into drama while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people who I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Cinder, but I want to share what I've endured over the years and shed light on what she's been doing behind people's back to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. I struggled a lot with writing this document. I wasn't sure what I felt and what I experienced working was real or just burnout. But I think this proves that I was lied and manipulated over the years while working with Cinder. Note, based on working with Redacted, Red. Cinder's manager, and Cinder over the years, that I am sure that they speak for each other, and there is no reason to believe Red was acting without Cinder's consent and knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. Now, this is the part that I find very interesting. We are trying to label someone else's actions as another person's actions just because they are simply in a relationship or working together. I feel like this is a very dangerous precedent to set, and I feel like it's very bad into the content creator space as a whole, due to the fact that organizations like VShojo or even OTK are often scrutinized for one member's malpractices being put onto every single action of every single member, which just isn't true. As well as a guy who's had some very dysfunctional relationships. I promise you, a lot of people go rogue and do shit behind your back that people can be unaware of at all times. And I think assuming this without proof is a very dangerous thing to do. However, maybe there's something down the road that will prove to me that it was very much premeditated.
I think it, in my opinion, I can't see it being both of them, because it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if Redacted I don't know if Redacted could do something like this without having the premeditated idea that Cinder would approve, if that makes sense. Like, Cinder had... this guy was just going and doing the business side of Cinder. Obviously, they were dating. It's like, you would assume he would know a lot more. He would probably act in a way where he's like, yeah, Cinder would approve of this. Or he would show it to Cinder. You know, you're telling me that he did all this business and did all these messages while they're laying in bed or, you know, being together in some way or form. You're telling me that she had never actually seen it. I'm not one to believe that, you know. I'm sure, you know, like Tech says, he has experience where people have not known about this, especially with like OTK. It's like, I could see where he's coming from. But when it comes to a personal relationship from two people who are probably living with each other, it kind of makes it seem like, or in my opinion, all not opinions, I don't know how to say this. All, I guess, not evidence, but all speculation goes to her knowing.
English not being my first language and the language barrier, I discussed the situation, my feelings and thoughts with native English speakers who helped me put those into words so everything is clear without any misunderstandings due to lack of English skills. Note, any names that are censored here are censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to have their name revealed by the time of me posting this document. Slandering other creators. I will start with screenshots showing them speak ill of other creators and spreading rumors while manipulating me. That's all in our best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumors, they also complained and accused Bao of giving their editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having any time for new clients, which will be important later on. The screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation immediately following, spreading rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic, to manipulate any future decision regarding commissions.
Oh.
Bao, I'm very familiar with Bao. I was pretty close with Bao back in the day. With her and Vienna were part-time streamers. I encouraged them to become full-time streamers and kind of try to provide them guidance on anything they needed. We did a Phasmophobia collab probably back in 2022, back when I was living in Canada. It was very good. I've hung out with her many times in real life. Bao is, in my experience, very fun to be around. A little bit chaotic, a little bit crazy.
Yeah,
She had
Bao's
some
kind of
4chan
wild.
drama that I heard of, but I never looked into
I love
too
Bao
much 'cause I
though.
don't like
I love her
looking into drama
music. She's
involving
an
my friends
amazing
or
singer.
People that at least I like. I don't care if Bao likes me back anymore. I don't care. She's a VTuber. I understand that it's very bad for every VTuber to even pretend to like me, even when they do or do not.
Hey, I like Tectone.
So I don't hold it against anybody, to be honest, because I understand the VTubing area is very cutthroat, it's very backstabby, and I understand if any VTuber were to say, oh, I actually like Techie quite a bit, it would be career suicide, and to be completely honest, I've encouraged many VTubers to just not associate with me publicly.
I love Tectone. I just want that to be clear from the beginning. If that's going to be career suicide, I just want to say that from the beginning. I'm a huge fan of Tectone. Anyways, go ahead.
Because it'll fuck their career because the internet is retarded and they think I'm a horrible person, even though now everybody knows the truth. I didn't do anything fucking wrong, and who cares? I'm not really desperate to be in a part of a VTuber collab anyways, and I'm sure at TwitchCon we'll still hang out and get drunk. Nanola says, of course, I wanted to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time. Well, this is obviously Nanola, this is obviously redacted. Well, with blank, she's given a lot of bias and priority at GS, Gamersubs. Sometimes over.
I think this is Silver, if I'm not mistaken. Silvervale came out and said that she was VTuber 1, so this might be about Silver.
And we can't really confront them about it, and plus she's gone 3D lately.
I think
Val
so.
has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better, being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artists from her. She's already taken our editor. Now, I'm going to be real. This right here, this is very common VTuber drama.
Yeah.
I know other, maybe 5, 6 other VTubers.
And the way that he speaks, it really does seem like this is all with Cinder's knowledge, right? He's saying things like, we talk about this. Like, obviously, when they're like, when they're, together offline, off stream, they're going to talk about stuff. And it seems like, yeah, he obviously, the way he's talking here, he's got to know this stuff, right? He has to have this opinion. He has to know that she would probably approve of what he's saying.
Who have stopped being friends with one another because someone's hijacking their fucking deal, someone's hijacking their editors, someone's sabotaging.
Just edit your videos yourself,
by having
or don't edit them like me. Just went and done them.
Petty drama. However,
I don't recommend
to
it.
act like this is only in
because I cannot stop right now as I'm recording.
Fraudulent. And I've seen this happen to many other VTubers. However, that hasn't come to the light yet.
Right.
And it probably never will, because VTubers will try at everything to never let any of their issues come to light. Because the moment you get any drama, it is what it is. So far, I'm not really seeing anything crazy so far. Yeah, this is just typical petty-ass bullshit. So yeah, I don't think Petty's being
it's fine.
We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artist from her, since she's already taken our editor. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has to dedicate time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Okay, that's just okay. We're just getting to the part where we're just getting like really fucking petty. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. This redacted guy really seems like a very, very, very petty motherfucker. Okay,
yeah,
also,
he seems
one of Val's
super
MV editors is
insecure.
the one that did Boss Rush MV. I'm 99% sure she told him to do not anymore with us. Speculation. We don't know the whole truth.
Well, why would you speculate
is the
that?
most important thing, and that's the VTuber's entire image. If Val can provide proof that she never asked them to do that, that would also completely obliterate Redacted's case and make him seem even more like a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
Well, we love working with you. Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano. Okay, but let me tell you the tea about the MV thing. Val had original songs last year that had MVs as her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon, was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have some squeeze the boss rush.
I don't know why I thought that was funny. I know Tectone glossed over it because it's not important, but I don't know why him saying that the songs flopped. For some reason, that's funny to me. I'm so sorry.
He says he loved working on it, super excited with the most important next MV project. Boss Rush song Blow Up, and he's credited as the editor. I asked him when he's ready to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changed his mind, and the only one working with Bao going forward. No explanation. Monka. There's some context because we know Bao behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MV editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed at the editor, did an original song MV for her friend without knowing. It did 100 times better than the original songs last year that she locked him in with. No one else could work with him. And then he could make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a literal announcement tweet. And now she's been barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators, so like, and you, and a nano model. Yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. It's so annoying. I don't know, man. Oh. She has a way of guilt-tripping people to get her way. All right. I could see how if Redacted thought all this was true, it could be pretty bad. However, if this is going off of just a gut feeling, this is very dangerous. I think Bao could do a great job of just providing screenshots of the conversations he had with the aforementioned parties to really clear a name of this shit. Should be pretty easy if it's on Discord DMs. However, it could be on call, could be on TwitchCon. We don't know.
I I just don't see Bao being the kind of person who would guilt trip people into doing things for her. That just seems super weird to say, and it seems like he is trying to. I mean, obviously he's trying to manipulate and analyze, right? And it's like throwing someone like Bao under the bus is so. It's so wrong, bro. Like, what is wrong with you? Especially when things like this, documents and stuff like that come out all the time. You're doing this and saying these things as if they will never come to light. And Chad, I'm gonna be honest with you. You gotta treat every DM. I've seen this somewhere. I think Tech actually said it. I don't remember. You gotta treat every DM as if it's public. Just treat it as if it's gonna come out one way or another. I've known that one.
Obviously, this is a pretty shitty thing.
I've learned that one the hard way.
Especially to someone who Bao's trying to work with. Red asked me to cancel one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress. Manipulating me to think it was okay since she has many connections and she'll be fine anyways. So I wouldn't feel guilty about it, worried too much, and it was upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically checking in on me canceling a model I had planned with Bao. Did you cancel models? I did not. Nano Arc delayed.
That's so
to
weird, bro.
Why
would he do that?
Cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections, so find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing us to us at WeebCon. Yeah, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. Okay, that's really scummy.
Yeah, that's so lame, bro.
Okay, now we're 12 minutes in. Great. We're starting to see the scummy nature come through.
Yeah, that's so lame, bro.
Not a good.
What is wrong with you?
Obviously, we're getting levels of pettiness that's fucking ridiculous, and also sabotaging another person's career. I feel like it's fucking outrageous.
There's like being business oriented, right? And things just it's just business, sure. And actually, when I think about it a lot more, if you are in this just for business, and this, like, you don't see your friends as friends, as it seems like Cinder and the rest and Redacted don't. I can kind of I could see this, honestly. This is not outside the realm of possibility, because what's the best way to succeed in a business? Not having competition.
So this is getting worse and worse for Redacted. The only thing that I'm not seeing yet is any proof that Cinder was involved in this whatsoever. Yeah. I'm waiting to see that. I am waiting to see that.
Right.
Okay. In the messages below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for the exclusivity. That's fucking insane. But rather than when a worker from their blacklist comes just asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Cinder only, and if anyone asked me for commission, they commissioned me instead to guide me from not working with other creators. This felt very strange, given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor, yet their solution to me working with other creators was for them to basically overwork me to keep me from working on other projects. The messages below show that their primary concern is that the more non-Cinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. It's hard to see how much this messes with my mind as an artist that by working with other people, I'm somehow making my existing models less special. That's bullshit, by the way. It's
that's really stupid. No fucking sense. That alone doesn't make any sense. If you have a skill in, like, this case, drawing and making models and stuff like that, it doesn't matter how many out there are. If it's made by you and you have a certain quality to your models, there's always going to be people who want to have your models, right? Like, people, despite having a lot of controversy, people still want Kevin models and stuff like that, because he does a very good job at making models. I don't really know a lot of artists and riggers and stuff like that. I got like my stuff on the cheaper end, because this was also like 3 years ago, because it was a lot of money. Models are a lot of money. You don't have to spend a lot of money. It could just be a PNG, but still, like, I'm just saying, it's a lot of money to make this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? You got to let the artist do whatever's the best for the artist.
Yeah.
Following screenshot is them sitting with their blacklist saying, I'm not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits in VTuber 1, specifically in justifying those by saying things that with each model, my art becomes less unique and get less special. Therefore, Cinder will somehow become less special. The idea that my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful after realizing what...
To be fair, Cinder will always become less special. Not because of what Cinder did, but because, there are always new VTubers popping up and new streamers. So it's like, becoming less special is inevitability, because everyone's going to always want to do streaming and content creation. So it's like, just do you, cultivate your community, and try to do the best you can.
Taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health. I backed out. I think it's a great call. I think if anybody tries to monopolize you without proper compensation, without you wanting to do that, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's so lame.
Yeah. Now, I will 100% admit, I had an editor called Tracho, and I paid them fucking ridiculously. I'm talking like $8-9 grand a month for maybe like 20 hours of work a week, right? Maybe that. And I'll admit, when they took other clients to work with, it obviously fucking sucked because like the reason why I was paying them so much is because I did want them to be exclusive. But rather than just say, fuck you, you're going to do what I want, I said, all right, man, well then I need someone who can dedicate more of their time to me so we can just go our separate ways. And it was perfectly fine. He got two other creators and it worked out great.
That's
But
good.
You can't forcibly monopolize someone, right? If you want to dedicated work, you got to make sure that it's in both people's interest. I would never, ever try to get someone to do that against their own wants and needs, right? And now I have an editor that
Right.
just says, yeah, I just like editing for you. And that works better because, obviously things are very sporadic. However, I pay my editors quite fucking handsomely. Yeah. And I also really like giving them a profit share of what I have to do what I need them to do. That way, when I do good, we both do good, which is great. Let's keep going here. If we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Okay, that's a fair question to ask.
I think that's fine. Yeah,
That's
that's
a very
totally
fair
fine.
question. I think that's completely fair. Maybe you can share one of your ideas and I can check what I think. Okay, so I got some ideas for this. I was driving. What are you thinking? So ask for help from my friends. They don't know it's you. Don't worry. A monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings. Also, how long will this be? And if this counts for models I already worked on. Well, I think the main things we're looking for are you to not take on any brand new model clients and to not make any new model outfits with blank again. You'd still be able to work on models' outfits with all of your existing labels or with all of your existing babies, and your artwork comps wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns that more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore. And second is that there's a few people that we would just rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies at all.
Okay.
The reason why I brought this up is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinders unique, which is your artwork.
I thought it was her fat tit. I was gonna say that. I mean, man, it's just so scummy, to be honest. Like, I mean, I get it, right? I think if he had let out, maybe no new babies at all. What is this? Where does he say this? He says we just have certain people that we don't want to have models from you. I think that's kind of lame. Other than that, I think asking to not take on exclusive clients, not take on new clients, maybe work on just some outfits and then not have new clients at all, I think that would be fine had they made it worth Nano's while, right? Like if Nano was to be their exclusive artist, they have to make it worth their while, right? They can't just ask something like that and then just be like, well, I mean, we'll pay you for, regular rates and like models and stuff like that. Like, no, that's not how that works.
Oh man.
Yeah, here we go. A lot of bias. And there are
So
certain creators we'd rather.
VTuber culture is kind of cringe. They call your VTube rigger and creator your mother or father.
I will say this. I have been kind of struggling over on the gotcha side because I can't do VTuber things because they find it cringe, which is kind of funny because it's like we have, and I'm not blaming this on Tectone. Tectone, he's Tectone's Tectone. He's not gonna, it's not his fault. It's just like they were like that even before. There's not a lot of VTubers. I mean, there's a few VTubers in the gotcha space, but it's like I can't I can't be like someone's Oshi over there. Like, people don't talk like that. They're just like, which is really funny because it's a big space full of like anime games and you would think they'd be more about it, but no. That's why I kind of want to grow this channel to have a lot more freedom to do VTubing things, a lot of like the positive side of what's the word I'm looking for, the positive side of idol culture. I love idol culture. I love being I would love to be something of like an idol, but not like the negative side, like, manipulating people or stuff like that. I just being on here and entertaining people. That's just what I like to do.
And they call the rig that they make their babies, right? So it's a little bit cringe, but that's just kind of to be known in VTubing culture. It is what it is. What about we can pay blank for you and you don't have to discount from next payment, and we'll continue giving you lots of models to work with, I think, for this year right now. But you don't work with blank, or blank at all again, models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with blank or blank before. We also have another Gamers Up label for you, the AFK. Is there any way to add
I think
a little
that
bit
just
more
came out
blank?
recently, too.
Still ask for art every now and then. We could do it like when blank asks for art. You tell her no and then tell us to buy another art piece. Like, so you still get a job from it. Yeah. I don't know who blank is, but they really fucked up, guys.
I don't know who these people are, but they really dislike
reaching
them.
critical levels. This is reaching critical levels of pettiness.
Yeah, that's so
No blanks.
lame.
This made my stomach drop to read. It makes me very sad to have to do things that come.
Oh, it's Cotton. We could pay Komori for you. I don't know who that is. I know Bao and Cotton. Cotton is you know what she is. I'm just gonna say it. She's like a big mom. She's big VTubing mommy chat. She's like everyone's mommy.
About like this, sending Nano
I'd
and
call her
Bao
mommy.
so much love.
I have.
What about we can pay Komori for you, and you don't have the discount from the next payment? We'll continue giving you lots of autograph.
Who is the last one?
You don't work with Bao, Cotton, or Blank at all again? It was about Bao and Cotton. I will
Wow.
also say, Cotton is one of the nicest VTubers I've ever met in my entire life. I think Cotton is fucking awesome.
I think Cotton's great. The only thing is you got to keep your wife away from her, or else she's gonna steal her.
A absolute joy to interact.
As a joke, not like actually, because I know there's some cheating going on in this scandal and all that. But I mean, like, you know, just like she likes it. She's a very flirtatious person, and I love it, dude. I love Cotton.
So that's a fucking shame. Jesus. I wonder why the animosity
I don't know.
towards Bao and Cotton.
I thought they were all like.
That is
I
so,
thought they were all, like, friends and stuff like that.
So interesting. So this is getting worse. This is getting worse and worse and worse. Once again, I think we can confirm that Redacted, at this point, isn't really in that good of a spot. Pretty stinky, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking stinky. Let's keep going here.
Rip my
Another
main
example
blank.
of speaking ill, other creators after I saw was I was working with Shy Lily, trying to once make the idea of
I love
working with
Shy
other
Lily.
clients seem like I am setting myself up with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run to get me to reconsider working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients' plans, which for them made the antenna go up, and immediately went into slandering Lily. I do not tolerate Lily slander ever. She is as sweet as a gumdrop. They consistently
Absolutely.
try to reassure me
So,
that despite their best
Lily
efforts,
slander
they just
will not be
keep
tolerated.
trying to
We
make
love
drama, and its
we love
reasons
Lily
for me
in
going
this house and
exclusive
every
that work
house.
With only Cinder is them trying to look out for me. Hey Nano, do you have any more plans with Lily besides just the model, like outfits or merch or anything? Been just the model so far, okay? Harassing you for a model recently just made the antenna go up. She's been acting weird towards Cinder lately. We don't know if anything's going on.
Oh my god, bro, you're so lame. Oh my god, dude, I'm trying to get through this as unbiased as possible, and I'm trying to go without flinging insults, but I can't, man. Redacted, you're such a fucking dweeb, bro. That's what you are. Oh my god. I'm trying, chat. I'm really trying, but he's just like, you're such a dork, bro. What is wrong with you? You're such a pencil neck dork. That's what you are.
Oh, that's weird. Ever since after V-Card launched, what do you consider weird?
I can't wait to get my V-Card. I just got one of my, I got the promo card. Unfortunately, I didn't get a shiny.
Her a couple times in the past week, and Lily won't acknowledge Cinder by name. Just like pretty weird stuff, I don't know. That's super weird, they both share the same store. Around V-Card's launch, they were talking and collabing, and I don't know what happened, but her asking you for a model after that was just weird, even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. Cinder Omega Wall. I don't know. Hate that we keep bringing you into drama, Pepe Hands. Yeah, I thought it was quite early to go for a new model. Blank looked a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Feels like we're going to have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and she wants the same model mama.
Oh my god, man. Come on.
Jesus. The idea that they need to stay informed and gauge competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. The competition they're referring to are people that I thought they considered friends who always helped.
I think competition is fine, right? You, in a way, you do have to look at people as competition, especially if you are a Twitch streamer, which, you know, it's kind of toxic, but it is what it is. You can't really do anything about that because you are, especially if you have the same time slot as another VTuber, you are kind of competing to get viewers because there's only so many viewers that can go around. Now, if it's say like YouTube or something like that, it's a lot less competitive in a way because it's like people will always have time for a YouTube video. They won't always have time to catch you live, if that makes sense. So it's like it does make sense to have competition. Sabotaging like this though, nah, bro, that's not it. That's not cool.
Supported than platform Cinder. When I push back,
it's almost like trying to, if you're in say the the first thing that came to mind is like a NASCAR race. Is if you're in a NASCAR race, you're all ready to go out of to go through off the starting line, and the first thing you do is you pop everyone's tires. Like, that's not a fair fight. That's not competitive spirit. What's wrong with you, bro? Like, and to be fair, had this not come out, no one would have really known, you know? And that's also the worst part about that's also the thing about being competitive, is that if you're competitive behind the scenes and you're cutthroat behind the scenes, you know, it's what it is.
Immediate response was blaming the other creators, implying they
win at all costs, chat, you know?
That somehow just by their actions, they imply Lily ignored Cinder.
The worst part is doing this to, like, your friends, bro. If they're your friends, like, come on, bro.
Over a minute.
If these are random people, I think
this clip,
whatever. I can kind of understand it more.
Mother brought receipts.
Oh.
Ignore what you just saw.
What is she playing?
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
I love Lily.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh. Hello, Raiders. Hello. I am playing Berserker. The last.
The last Berserker Kazan.
The last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for
it's
like.
a good ass game.
I want to play this game.
I plan on playing this very soon.
I want to play this and that one AI something,
hello.
the Souls game. Those games look fun. Oh, and City of Wolves.
The Pyro Pop raid. Hello, Pyro Pops. What did you guys do? I am low-key addicted. I usually.
Man.
Okay, so most people know me for my gacha addiction, but
yeah,
I really
let's go.
Souls-like games and similar mechanically.
I love Souls-like games as well.
This game feels like a really cool Cobblemon. Oh shit, I wanna play Cobblemon too. That's sick. What does rating mean? Okay, so usually it's. I have you been on Twitch for a while? It used to be hosting. Well, it isn't really hosting. Like rating is basically throwing someone's community into someone else's chat. You know, it used to be the host feature back in the days. Except when hosting, you kind of were more or less forced offline. But when raiding, you can technically stay online and go back online. But people just use it as the host feature, as the replacement for the host feature that was discontinued.
I'm gonna try to get full context.
Cobblemon for 7 fucking hours. You know what? That's based as fuck. I get it. Let me just go kill this one. This one is tough. He's so fast.
This game looks cool.
I think you're retarded if you get so upset that they just didn't say your name, but thanked you and your community for the raid. Straight up.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, Redacted. She thanked the Pyro Pups and mentioned the Pyro Pups like 4 or 5 times. If this was really a problem and you didn't just outright message her, that's kind of on you. Honestly, if you did have that big of a problem, you should have just messaged her. Like, if you have that line of communication with her, why not just message her? Hello? Is it me? Am I the one that
straight up
is out of line here?
You're just reaching so hard at that point, man. Straight up. You are reaching so hard.
That's like terminally online.
She acknowledged the raid. She acknowledged literally the Pyro Pops. You think that, bro, I've even raided Shy Lily and she goes, Eggy raid! Thank you so much! Thank you. Hello, little Eggies. How was the stream? Like, bro, she didn't thank me for my raid properly enough. This is bullshit, man.
My
what the fuck? They didn't say thank you good enough. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is reaching critical levels of delusion right here.
Yeah.
Let's keep going here. And also, let's just be completely real. Let's say Shy Lily did have a problem with Cinder, and she didn't want to say the name. She has every right to do so. Who cares? Straight up.
Yeah. I
like,
agree.
The fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Is this JD Vance? Where's my thank you? Like, this is crazy, bro. Once again,
Redacted is on some where's my hug at gamer.
I have not seen anything directly tying into Cinder at all. So let's keep going.
I kind of do in the way that he talks about us and we, right? I kind of am connecting those two, but I mean, maybe there's more evidence to give, like something concrete.
Yeah, was it just Cinder and blank you've been doing continuous model outfits for? That name is probably Bao because the blank is so small.
Yeah.
We'll have the demon update list. Final arcade reference for you soon as referenced. I think it is an outfit for blank plan 2. Also forgot blank. Also for blank got nothing now new. She always comes up with something. Do you know who's rigging Lily's model? Gonna be blank. Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. She's got to stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artists. Never a break. Don't worry if the stress is too much with the side of things. It's bad for balding. Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay. So I am name dropping this document. Great. I'm going to go bald now. I'll keep it a little loop about anything else going on with that. The balding? No, you fool. Just stupid drama. Got to stay competitive even when we shouldn't have to. Also, your profile picture seems like a guy with a mustache. Don't go too far on the competitiveness. It can get bad. Got to chill sometimes. Hey, it's not us caught. We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other GamerSup's owner out of the blue and ghosting them and refusing to acknowledge them.
That's about Lily, yeah. I think Lily, right? I mean, Lily's partial owner.
Brother, she literally said Pyro Pup. How is that not acknowledging them?
Oh my god, bro.
Like, legit. If someone were to say Eggy Raid, it's fine. Pyro Pup Raid, who cares? Roach Raid, who cares? Guys, okay, let me ask you a question. We're gonna do a little bit of Q&A. If someone were to say Eggy Raid, who are they talking about? Who? Tectone. If someone were to say Roach Raid, who are they talking about?
Someone said Emeru.
Someone
said Genocide.
Kirby Raid. Who are they talking about? If someone were to say
Emeru.
Slime Raid, who are they talking about?
Someone said Envy.
If someone were to say Pyro Pup Raid, who are they talking about?
Cinder.
This shit is such a reach. It's insane. It is. It's such a reach.
I mean, you have a very distinct name for your community. If you didn't know if you didn't think it was going to, I don't know, link it towards you, why not come with a more distinct name for your community, which you don't have to because it is a very distinct name and... Oh my god, you're such a loser, bro. I don't know how else to say it. You're such a loser.
Drama. They responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all while trying to guilt trip me. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues.
Oh, here we have Cinder.
To, on multiple occasions, mention other people's alleged drama.
Here we go.
Cinder. Oh, here we go.
Now you're Cinder.
Finally, some screenshots from Cinder, and we will read this in 1 second. So now we got into the real meat and potatoes.
Here we go.
Okay. Here we go. Cinder, just want to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal.
Because this is kind of what I was waiting for. Sorry, I know this is what we were waiting for, and I'm kind of talking about this real fast, but this is kind of what people were waiting for. Because if it's just redacted, he has the plausible deniability, or she does, I should say, Cinder. But with this, now that Cinder's actually in the race, and also that's what I would have said first as well. I would have said, why didn't she just go to Cinder, or why didn't they just go to Cinder in case that Cinder isn't okay with this, right? But Cinder's here. You know what that means, chat.
I wanted to apologize personally to you, since I've only talked with that about Red. So this is confirming that they have had no pre-existing conversation about any of this shit, besides with just Red. Okay, so let's see. After all, Blank's still a client, makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you in Red, but I'll understand if things doesn't work out because of blank. I just love my clients, that's all. I get it, Nano, and it was unfair to push this on you, but it's just really confusing going back and forth about it. Ooh. Cinder confirms that everything Redacted is saying, she backed.
I knew it. There
And
it is.
She knew. Oh, man.
We found the smoking gun, chat. There it is.
Is bad. She will be seen as a backstabber and a quote-unquote overly competitive VTuber that is not there to make friends and is there for business only. Now, I will be real. And here's the part that you guys don't get. A lot of VTubers are like that.
I actually just made a tweet about this, chat, is that Cinder might be bad in this way and probably screwed over a lot of her friends, but you gotta understand, chat. Cinder's not the only one. Cinder's not the first. Cinder won't be the last. Cinder, there's a lot of Cinders going out there right now. We might not know who, and a lot of them, to be honest, might just be in the lower, smaller half of VTubing, but they exist. You can deny it all you want, but there are people out there just like that.
But they hide it very well. But getting outed as this, I mean, I'll be real. I know at least 8 VTubers that are exactly the same as this. To be completely real. But they just haven't been outed yet. That's what's fucking crazy. Yep. It's cutthroat as fuck. It is. It is cutthroat as fuck. Oh, man. I don't even want to vaguely allude to who these people are either.
Oh, no.
I know a lot of VTubers, by the way. I know a
boy.
lot. I used to be known as the VTuber guy. I probably used to know like 80, 90.
Damn.
Spanning from like 10K viewership to like 50. I talked to them all. I used to collect them. And man. And the low CCV VTuber drama is even crazier. You still are now? No. Dude, me talking to a VTuber, they're just not going to want to do that, right? They're not going to want to do that. Drama.
I want to talk to Tectone.
Controversial friendships.
Well, that's just because I'm in the gacha space, so
I can't
I'm
tell you
already
the amount
okay
of
with
harassment
all this stuff.
got for simply being my homie, and I felt horrible. And I was like, Neanders, we should just like not talk, because like I don't want to see you have to go through this bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it for them. It's insane. Yeah. Nux doesn't count. Nux is hardly a VTuber.
Perfect background noise.
Your collabs are so good, man. It's like, yeah, but I would never want to cause any of my friends any negative PR. I would never want to do that. All right, cool. Even if we never talk again, I'm okay with that. I just want people to live a good life. Whether I'm in it or not, it's cool if I can be, but if not, it's all right. I have a very full life here. I have a beautiful friendship. I have a beautiful girlfriend, and I'm probably going to be married in the next like year or so. Next 2 years or so. Probably have a kid like the next 3 years. I'm not really worried about it too much. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today. And it's always like I'm living in someone else's shadow, which is one of the reasons why Red asked about not making any more models for her. And when you said, I understand if things don't work out.
I wonder if he's talking about Silver here.
Which hurts so much after all this time.
Because I know Silver is
I really appreciate you, Nano. And it's your decision who you ultimately work with. But this is how ultimately I've been feeling. I don't really see... Ooh, this is so bad. This is so bad.
Oh, no.
This is so bad. The guilt trip is fucking insane. Oh, man, this is so bad. This is so bad. Oh, my God. I need to tweet this out. I got to tweet this out. I'm only 20% of the way through reading all of the documents. And this is such a bad look. Holy shit, Lamau. You need to treat every DM like one day it will be public.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Techie said it.
You need to treat every DM as a content creator. This is so bad. Jesus. I don't really see the point of keep thinking about me being compared to blank. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more. but I would never give blank any priority over you. There's also not any model of her being discussed, and I just want to keep that clear-minded. Also, I'm fine not doing her models, but at least gamers.
He's so much emotes. It's so funny.
I don't want to 100% be an asshole to her at all, dude. This might lose her Gamer Subs partnership. I mean, I've only had Gamer Subs be angry at me one time, and that was when I was getting sent like death threats and harassment on DMs, and some guy called me the hard R, so I screenshotted that and I posted it on Twitter, and I was like, this is what I get sent every day, by the way. And then I get a call, and they're like, hey, man, maybe we don't post the hard R on Twitter, huh? And I'm like, I wasn't even the one who said it.
That's funny.
But I totally get it. I totally get it.
Not only is she she's not only a partner, right? She not only has a creator code and all that, she's partial owner of Gamer Subs, by the way. I don't even know why she's a partial owner. I don't know where these people get partial ownership from. What the hell? Is it like you sell a certain amount of cups and, you know, flavors and stuff like that, and you get is that like the top of the mountain? You get partner ownership and you sell enough or something? I don't get it.
Get it. She's co-owner. I know. It's not me, but other people's opinions of us, and I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to get talked about comparing us. But I understand where you're comparing.
Yeah,
that coming from,
aged
Nano. There's no hard feelings. Sorry about this. My mental is just a bit weak. Same, girl. I'm sorry for bringing this to you. I want you to get that money. The whole situation is kind of sucky. I just want to get along. I understand if things don't work out. About this, it would be mostly if you hate me for not burning blank down for my list. I would never hate you. Thank you and same. I'm just an insecure bitch. I love everything we've done together, and I want to keep doing more. People saying dumb shit online just makes me stressed. Justifying her behavior by stating, oh my God, there's more Cinder DMs. Justifying her behavior by saying they're simply looking out for me when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with. And manipulating me to be being grateful for earning well thanks to them despite the loss of work from long-term returning clients and new clients. This is pretty stinky.
Wait, what did they say? Manipulating me into being grateful. Okay. That's so, oh my God, that's so lame.
This is pretty stinky. Another example of going after other clients of mine from before. I'm going to be real. And I'm going to be real. I'm going to be 100%. You guys know me. Anybody who I've ever considered my friend, I will have their back regardless whatsoever. I did send Cinder a DM. I did. I sent her one about 2 hours ago. And I said, just letting you know, before formulating my entire opinion, I want to let you know that whenever you get ready for a statement, it better be damn good.
Ooh. Chat. I don't think she read that message from Techie. Because, man, she put out a response. It probably made everything worse. I'm going to be honest.
And you better triple read everything and make it as clear, as concise, with as many receipts as possible.
She didn't bring any receipts at all.
Everybody out when they have the back against the wall, when it's not a good look. Because
she brought like 0 receipts, by the way.
I backed up Asma when he was in shit. I backed up Emmy when he was in shit. I even backed up Rich Campbell. I did. I even backed up Mizkif. I backed up Mr. Pokey, backed up Genizad, backed up St. Totas.
Those three are gotcha space creators over here.
Before I know both
Saint,
perspectives,
Genizad, and Mr. Pokey, for people who aren't on the gotcha side.
Right? Like, I want to know the whole truth before I formulate an opinion on anybody. And that is why when I go hard on someone, it's usually because they fucked up. But right now, I'm letting you know from these screenshots, it would take an act of God to clear her name and put her in the right.
It didn't, by the way. Spoiler alert.
Massive PR nuke to Cinder. And the reason why that excites me is once people are cast out, then I get to do shit with them again. Hey!
Okay.
Hey, come on over!
Okay.
Let's play some golf with friends, man. You back them up, they backstab you. It's a tale as old as time. Am I really surprised? No, not really. It is what it is. Let's keep going here. Have I read Bao's documents yet? No, I have not. We're only on Nanos.
Oh boy,
Another example of going after other clients.
This is gonna be quite the react.
More clients alongside that makes my work less special.
Especially if it's gonna take like multiple videos.
Manipulating me into thinking that working with her is a special for multiple reasons, that I risk losing that special something, that as I lose the client, I prefer to work with others. No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focusing on their issues. I would like to also note again that this screenshot is one of many occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Sinder's behalf. And at this point, I actually fully agree. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red. I want to make a notepad of all this. Redacted is Sinder's mouthpiece.
In more ways than one.
Confirmed. Cinder knew everything. Redacted. Said Red/Sin were attempting to monopolize an editor/artist against their desires, guilt, tripped, and manipulate them into doing their work and no one else's. Great. This is pretty fair so far. Okay. This sucks. This sucks.
Yeah, this super sucks.
As a person who greatly likes Cinder, this really sucks to see. However,
I love
am
her
I
tits.
surprised?
Like her IRL,
Not
IRL
really.
ones too.
Am I surprised? Not really. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be real. I know other creators who have done this, and I'm still cool with them. I'll be real. This to me, I don't really give a fuck about, to be honest. But this in the VTubing space, it's career suicide. Straight up. This to me, I'm like, okay, so you wanted to do better as a content creator. You wanted to get a bag. You wanted to have dedicated
It's all
workers.
about the bag.
I get it. You know, you trying to grow. You're a grinder. You're business focused. I get it. But in the VTubing space, horrific. Any slight drama of, you're not part of the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic clan? Get the hell out, sister. We only like good vibes and positivity only. Hey, Cinder, hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red, and I believe he talked to you already. I thought it'd be best if I just check here personally. Actually, I want to know better your thoughts, because Red tried to talk to me, and I think there's some misunderstood things. Keep in mind, this is from 2023. I'm doing good. What's up, Nano? Oh, it's mostly about this. Not to discredit any of your work, because everything you work on is the top of the line incredible. But when everyone's Nano baby, it feels
right, that
special
one
to be
screenshot from earlier.
That makes it worse. Okay, so this is her saying redacted his words. I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just business. It is.
Okay.
It is, to be fair, just business.
Yeah, I mean,
of course, we love working
wrong.
with you and want to keep working together. But if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason you helped grow and not because you don't like me. Being one of your very first model babies is so amazing. To be fair, Cinder's model is great. Her tits are quite huge. I was happy to be able to find
They're
someone
very,
to be cutting to improve
how do
your
I say
skills.
this?
And I think it's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model.
They
and started asking for that. Vienna nod. Love that.
Yeah,
emote.
it's reality.
I can have Red send you a list of our plans for the future and estimated due dates. So just let us know what you actually want to work on. That way, I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects or want to do them. It feels special to only have your model art for all my outfits, but just let me know if you don't have time to be an exclusive Nano art baby anymore. It's no personal reason. I would never do something like this to you or anyone, but yeah, it's important for my job to reach far, and I like working on different projects and people. I never ever said that I don't want to work with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have other works, we'll always have a way to keep you a priority spot when possible. You'll always be my special baby. I also think it's very important to work on projects you're excited about. So I'll go through my plans with Red and send you our ideas if it's possible for your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy sometimes, but it's because he's doing business for me to grow too, and he absolutely loves your work as much as I do. It's okay. We'll up you guys ASAP. Sounds good to me. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Stinky.
Yucky, yucky, yucky. You have to understand that as a VTuber, even the most untalented VTuber can average 200, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 viewers if their model is good enough. I understand the desire of Cinder and Redacted to want to lock down Nano, one of the best riggers in the space, to enhance their business. However, the way that they're going about doing it is cringe. And also, goddamn, this coming to light looks fucking terrible.
This is not a good look.
But I like Cinder's tits. I'll be real, man. I think
I do too.
At this point, someone would be an idiot to simply not watch a Cinder stream because she's very business minded and cutthroat. You know what I mean?
I'm
just gonna keep it.
I mean, I would understand it, right? I do understand it because there is certain, like, how do I say this? VTubing is, a lot of it is not having the business side of VTubing come to light. A lot of it is like everyone sees you and wants to have, like, you get a lot of views for collaborating with people, right? And even still, people want it to be genuine and not be business, not wanting it to be all business, right? Which is kind of hard to do when, you know, there's just so many people that go that want to grow, right? And if you're going to a collaboration, a lot of people typically want to have something come out of it. Like, friendship is cool and all, but even still, something like friendship is cool, but having more viewers and getting paid more is cooler, if that makes sense, chat. I know it sounds bad and it sounds super cutthroat, but that's just kind of how streaming and content creation works. Just because it is, you know, covered up by, you know, Cinder's G-cup titties, it doesn't mean that she shouldn't be cutthroat and shouldn't worry about herself. At the end of the day, you know, love and friendship can't really pay her bills, if that makes sense, right? But I guess just going about it this way and having it come out sucks. You know, it makes her look bad. But like I said, and like we've said a few times already, she's not the only person who does things like this.
Buck, I'm going to make it something. I'm going to just tell you guys something horrible
That might
about
be
myself as
I don't
well.
even know.
I don't care. Other CCs won't tell you this shit, but I will. And once again, this is not in the defense of Cinder,
right?
But to say that being business-minded and cutthroat is fucked up, I don't care. I'll be real. Do you guys want to know why I stream at 9 a.m. CST every day? Because it was Enviosity's time slot. Straight up. And I said...
That's a gotcha streamer, if anyone doesn't know.
This guy's a piece of shit. Bro wants to call me competitive? Okay, great. Let's see how well you do when we're in the same time spot. Don't care. And sometimes I would go live at 8:30 to get a 30-minute rev up before he went live. Envy isn't your friend, though? That's true. That is the big difference. I've never done that to one of my friends. And that's a great perspective. And that is something I did not consider.
Yeah.
Thank you, chatter. That's why you're here. You're right. This is
we call him a mint picker, by the way. We're not like a lot of people over here in the gotcha space. We don't really like Enviosity. In case anyone really wants to have the lore drop on that, that's what that is. He came out, he's like, I'm better than everybody because I don't spend money on gotcha games. It basically imploded his career, and he has gone downhill ever since.
Actually,
that's where the term mint picker comes from.
Because it's their friends. Great perspective. I cannot believe I had a shortcoming like that. Let me write this down. What Cinder's doing.
Heel Cinder. I think that's actually a perfect way to say it. She is kind of a heel. Like, she just had a perfect heel turn against her will. But this is a heel turn, chat. You know, and for anyone who doesn't know wrestling terms, she's basically become the bad guy at this point.
Fucked up to do to one's competition. However...
Yeah, if it's someone you don't like or don't even know, I think it's totally okay. Not that it's totally okay. I just don't think it's the worst thing. I don't think it should have you labeled as like this monster or anything like that. You know, there's only so much to go around in the streaming space. You might as well try to monopolize as much as you can. And if it's to people you don't even know, like say some 200 viewer, like 100, 200 viewer Anderson that you have never met in your life and you're probably never going to know, it's not exactly going to be the worst look. If you're doing this to someone who you are friends with, you've collaborated with, and people see you as friends and they consider you a friend, that's so much worse. That's where the bad part comes in, chat. That's where this is really, really bad.
Doing it to their friends is a whole different story.
Yeah.
Great perspective, chat. That's why you're here as well. I actually just completely forgot they were friends. Sorry, I'm just usually every content creator relationship just being fake as fuck, which is why that completely slipped my mind. Yeah, sorry, the PTSD kicked in. I just assumed they didn't even fucking fuck with each other like that. That's a great perspective, Chad. Thank you, man. Okay, great. let's keep going into this now with the introspect that these people are supposed to be friends.
Right.
But if your friends is competitive, shit on them. Well, I don't think they are. That's the thing, right? Yeah, I'll be real. I mean, at least Lily. You think Lily's competitive at all? Absolutely not. She's just.
I don't think Lily could hurt a fly. Honestly, if you ask me, in my opinion, I think Lily's like such a sweetheart. I ran like and this is gonna sound weird. I was gonna say I ran up on her on TwitchCon. I had to run to catch up to her at TwitchCon. She's actually very fast. I didn't know this. She's for such a short person. She moves very fast, Chad. And so when I caught up to her, I was like, Lily, can I have a picture with you? She was such a sweetheart. She tried to make conversation with me, but because I really look up to Lily, and I was super shy to meet her. I like short circuited when she asked me a question. She's like, "Oh, how are you doing?" I was like, like my dialogue option when meeting VTubers, like it was the same thing when I met Onigiri. It's like, hey, can I take a picture with you? Can you sign my badge? That's it. That's the end of my dialogue option. If they stray from this 3 dialogue options for me, I short circuit, and I did with like Onigiri and with Shy Lily. It was really embarrassing.
Man. I'll be real. I love Lily so much.
But she was
She's
a sweetheart.
So sweet. She's so nice.
I love her,
she just
bro.
goes
She's
live and
so
does whatever,
cool.
whenever. She doesn't really care. I think VTubers. I think she's great. I think Lily is definitely top 3 VTubers of all time for sure.
I think so.
Lily barely even streams anymore. Really?
I think Lily is what you should strive to be. Although Cinder, as much as we are denouncing and saying that she's a bad person, in a way you should be competitive towards your fellow man in terms of VTubing, but I think Shy Lily is probably like the best example of a VTuber you want to be. Just stays in her lane, minds her business, is super friendly when she has a collab, and just wants to be bubbly, entertaining, super fun, and a great person.
Really? I wonder why that is.
I don't know.
All right.
Does she barely stream?
So it's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop working with other models, so I do more for Cinder, which I agree with them. I'm a free artist. I should do whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I still will always have a way to have open slots for Cinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. I agree, you're a free artist, you should do what you want, but I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think that we were like making you do that.
Okay.
Guess we have a misunderstand on both sides. It's more about this. Oh, I see. I mean, what I said is still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you had to only do Cinder work from now on. That's with anything, though, not just your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants and gets in that thing, it makes it less special. I'm sorry you're under the impression we were trying to make you do only work for us.
You could also make the point that it's extra fucked up considering Cinder and Shy Lily are not just friends but also business partners in gamers/fee cards.
Absolutely. 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 I will keep things more business talk and less emotional, lol. Just let me know how this affects your schedule so I can tell Cinder after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. This is revisionist history. It's very obvious that they were trying to lock him down despite what he wanted, 100%. Or this guy's severely autistic. But every single model I do is unique, and I make.
You think he's that stupid, Chat? I don't know.
It's not like I'm selling Cinder to everyone. Please don't feel this way. No, I know you pour your heart out and soul into your models, and they're all incredible. I'm sorry I made you feel this way both as well. It's simply business. Normalizing the behavior once again by saying that it's simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not work with them and focus on Cinder instead. It's okay, Nano, you're just making a living and making a name for yourself, and I can't believe you're accepting work with another big name in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. Thank you for understanding my side. We all trying to have our names somewhere. We just don't take this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys. And again, apologies for the trouble on your plans. I'll still revisit my list and see what I got. Business is business. If you want to go to the projects we talked about and let us know which ones you like.
He sure loves to say that.
Blank model Nano. Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Cinder. I just want to do pretty models. No hurt feelings. Business is business. Nano, you're a freelance artist.
He really, really likes that saying, doesn't he? And I am reading this as both of them, by the way, because we've pretty much come to the conclusion that it is both of them together in this kind of thing. So in this endeavor, if you would like to say it, so him saying business is business, I know him and Cinder saying this exact same way.
Artist, and Blank is a longtime client. So it makes sense to continue doing work for her, and I understand the logistics of it. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. I really appreciate you understanding my side. I really do understand your side too, but sadly, it's something between you two and not me. I shouldn't involve this fight. I just go art burr. True. Right, I know. I just didn't think our conversation sounded like I was trying to make you work with her on a model like Blank specifically. Maybe I just get into the situation way too much. My mistake for thinking this way. No, don't gaslight the fucking guy. Oh my God. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right.
What is wrong with you?
Redacted. Gaslighting.
Girl bossing.
Analysts.
Oh, right. Sorry. Analyst.
Using revisionist history. Great. Maybe I just consider the situation too much. My mistake for thinking this way. It's okay. But are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. Me and you are good, but I still have to tell all this to Cinder. It'll be fine. Don't worry. I think she's still sleeping. Damage control. Making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers is all kept hush-hush, while also providing proof that they know what they do is ill-intended should not get out, as it would cause issues for Cinder's career to be painted in this light. Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1 is even spoilered, a hidden message in Discord, so it wouldn't be accidentally leaked.
Wait. Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1, which I believe is Silvervale, is even spoilered, a hidden message in Discord, so it wouldn't be accidentally leaked. Ooh.
Very interesting. Yeah. Oh, man, it keeps getting worse.
Oh, yeah.
I try to be as transparent as possible. I think it's more fair to be for both sides this way. You didn't tell Blank you canceled because of Cinder, did you? No, I told him because of health issues. Ghost emoji. I would never blame anyone besides Blank. Keck W. Lol. We never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to work or not work on something, especially if it's something you don't want to do or not do. And our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Cinder's work. Again, sorry if it sounded like I was telling you to only do Cinder work. I'll message you later. Well, let's see if Blank wants to end it on or not, and hope Blank finds someone else. The conversation with VTuber 1 and claiming that she is asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Cinder herself. Who is this Blank? I'm going to assume, I would assume it's Shy Lily.
I think it's Silvervale.
Right? The name spacing makes
from what I saw, because this is about a day later, like a day or two. Actually, this is 2 days later. I believe Silvervale has come out with her own document, and she is VTuber 1.
Think Cotton or Shy Lily. I'm not sure who it is. It's not Bao. The blank is too big. I think it's Cotton or Lily. But we'll see. It's far too hard to assume, and we should never assume. It could also be Silver. That's very true. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Cinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because Blank can't get along. But also I understand her point of view. A new VTuber who people say looks, sounds, and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. That's very true. That's very true.
I think that is Silver then.
That is a lot of VTubers. A lot of people copy Vebe. A lot of people copy Shy Lily. A lot of people copy Neanders. It's very, very, very true. Very interesting. Like, at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her.
Even me, Chet, I copy some people. To be honest, I'm a big student of the game when it comes to reaction content, and a lot of people who I say are inspiration / people that I try to take things from is 1, Tectone, 2, Smuggalana. I love Smuggalana. Smuggalana was actually one of the people that I watched early on. Actually, before, I remember once I was just like on GTA and I was like throwing on random videos, and I threw on a shoe on head video and I saw an anime girl next to it. I was like, that's kind of weird. I want to watch that. And I fell in love with Silvervale, with Smuggalana immediately, and I've been watching her ever since. You know, she's a huge inspiration to me. And then as well, I guess Asmongold, right? Like, those are pretty much the big three that I look up to when it comes to reaction content is Techie, Asmongold, and I keep trying to say Silvervale. Smuggalana, sorry.
To recognize, hey,
we love the Russian Fox.
Too. She's got there on her own merits, just like you did, to get along. And the marketing potential and money could make up if they teamed up. I just know anything we do, she's watching, will take 4.
And the marketing potential when they could make if they teamed up.
Or try to outdo. Oh my God, you know the spinning figure we have on Steam? Figure was announced on Wednesday, no spinning figure. Cinder debut Saturday, everyone hears about it. Figure announced, spinning figure on screen with figure right next to it. Stream yesterday, first stream since Cinder debut. Guess what? Spinning figure with exclamation point figure next to it. Well, this is a good hint for who this could be. And I'll be real, it could just be similar deliverables. And the idea was good, so let's use it. This is not a big deal at all. This is reaching new levels of petty and schizoing. Then, like a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the Flames. And now she's basically rebranded to more of a fire Cerberus, using fire emojis all the time. Never did that before.
Wait, is this Silver? I know she had. Yeah, it is. It is. I was thinking it was Spite, but she said specifically that it was her.
It's funny because she used the colors of a hellhound, but stopped once in her group past her and now uses Cerberus or Cyber Pup. Who is this? It's Spite?
Wait, is it
Are we
Spite?
doing some good research here? Spite. Okay. I totally see the similarities. To be completely
maybe it
fair,
is Spite. Okay.
I get it. I've never heard of Spite a single time in my entire life. Great fucking username, though. Great username. Do we... Wait, hold the fuck up. 2023. Why are we worried about somebody with 200 viewers?
What's her average viewer?
Wait, this is levels.
Followers gain, average viewers, 300 viewers. Nice.
Of paranoia that
3,000 viewers.
Brother, you have 20 times their viewership. Okay? Well, this is just like, they're doing a lot of this out of spite, huh? Now, I'll be real. I can understand how a VTuber might get very pressed for someone copying their shtick. I mean, we saw how upset the internet was with that other person trying to copy Shy Lily's shtick.
Oh, yeah, I know who.
We all remember that.
Yeah.
So I can understand this, but this seemed like a worry that just...
To be honest, when I watch other German VTubers, I'm not going to say they all sound similar, but it's like I could see why people would think that they sound similar. I don't know why. I watch a lot of European VTubers, apparently. They're all into the reaction content game. Like, every VTuber I watch that is a reaction content creator, they're all European. I don't know why. Shout out to them, though. Like, Scoo and Kitsunero. I love them all.
Didn't need to happen. Yeah. The unfollow is weird? Yeah. So it's like there was an unprovoked tweet from her, like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design. My design is all me. This is who I am. Like, huh? Who are you saying that to? Oh, lol. On random Cinder clips on YouTube, there was one dedicated blank fan, probably Bao or someone she knew, I don't know, that would come with these clips saying, like, when are you going to clip blank? Only on Cinder clips. Probably only clip spied. I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting to be entitled for recognition for her own efforts and size when her own efforts are tied to sabotaging the very same VTuber, also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else is odd.
Right.
Thank you for taking time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who has been hurt, manipulated, or sabotaged by her will find closure.
Oh, is that all the...
So I want to make this very clear.
I didn't know that was I thought it was a lot longer.
Is in the right. I do. I do think Nano is in the right 100%.
Absolutely. Wait, how many more documents is he going?
That with those people involved is very petty, very manipulative, not healthy whatsoever, and it's honestly shocking how Nano had all of those screenshots to prove every claim. Like, I'm gonna be real. If you're sending DMs like that, you're fucking dumb.
Right.
Like, Jesus. There's another doc on Cinder. Oh, yeah, we're going to read that right now.
Let's go.
Okay. So what we can conclude from
Okay, so thank God, because I want to have all these kind of... It'd be really cool if I could have these all done in one go, right? This is about an hour into it. There's still about... Chat, give me a number there. 10, like another 50 minutes into it.
Redacted is Cinder's mouthpiece. Confirmed Cinder knew everything Redacted said.
Yep.
Red Cinder were attempting to monopolize and editor artists against their desires. Guilt-tripped and manipulated them into doing their work and no one else's. What Cinder's doing isn't fucked up to do to one's competition. However, doing it to their friends is a whole different story. Redacted gaslighting Nanoliths using revisionist history. I think these are all great pieces.
Right.
These are good takeaways. Great. All right. Now, let's go on to document 2.
Who's this?
So, Nano's document. Now we're going to do Rain's document.
Oh, this is who she cheated on her boyfriend with. Which, lucky him. That's kind of weird to say. Wait, that's really weird to say. I'm so sorry I said that.
Okay.
If Rain knew, I'm just going to say that. If Rain knew, he's a piece of shit. There's no other way to say it. you're
so what happened next
an
2
asshole.
years?
But I guess we'll see.
Why is it out now? Well, hopefully we'll get some clarity on that. Here we go. This is 4 to 5 years ago.
Oh,
okay.
my
Let's
God.
read all this shit. Let's see public perception first. Can somebody relink me this doc? This is Rain's document. Does anybody have a link to this one? I have the actual Google document. Does anybody have the actual tweet?
This is from 2020.
How are people feeling about this doc? I'm not going to question its validity, but can I ask why its last edit was 2 years ago? It wasn't. Finding her manipulation to be horrendous. Read the whole thing. I partially was Rain's side. We're completely against Tachi's inner side. Okay. I'm going to lose my mind. Honesty, mad respect for helping enlighten everyone the true nature. Okay. Thought it would get worse, but cheating, that's really low. Really?
Oh,
okay.
Cheating. Here we go.
Let's get into Rain's document.
Right.
Okay. Here we go. Hello, thank you for taking the time to read this document. The events described it happened about 4 to 5 years ago, before the first Cinder debut. I understand that there'll doubtless be accusations of me clout chasing by revealing them. However, I wanted to corroborate Nanalis's assertion that she is not who she appears to be on the surface and confirm that no matter how much damage control she does, she is just as responsible as redacted. Now, I will say, being completely real, is this probably an attempt for clout? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And you know what's crazy? I don't blame her. You know what I mean? People will dogpile like crazy. Once the initial anxiety is removed and now you can get this quick little clout grab, great. I bet her next stream's going to be a banger. Cool. Let's keep going here. I just came to a realization, no more Cinder porn. No, I don't watch VTuber porn anyways. I don't really care, man. Just look up just look up Overwatch or Marvel Rivals porn. It's
That's
way
what
better
I've been
anyways.
doing. That's kind of weird to admit it out loud.
The beginnings. I met while she was still running her
Emma Frost has some
Tashi.mp3
good stuff,
YouTube
though.
channel, which is why all the following screenshots will show her as Tashi rather than Cinder. So Cinder was Tashi before Cinder? Do we have any VTuber fans that can confirm that? Tashi ASMR, LewTuber, she did ASMR, lore drop. Okay, great. Yes, the funny, yes. Okay, great. Since I met her while she was still running her Tashi MP3 YouTube channel, which is why all the following screenshots will show her as Tashi rather than Cinder, and that will come up later. At the time, she was only just starting her account, and I had already my own ASMR RP channel with less than 8K subscribers, and as a bigger channel than her, she couldn't wait to work with someone as talented as me. You'll get there. It's so hard for me to believe that someone is so talented, likes my voice, and want to work together. We never ended up actually making any content together, but that didn't stop us from talking pretty much every day at the time, and eventually she found a new way to make me useful. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Pretty much immediately she was flirting with me, despite, as you can see here, having a boyfriend, and both of us knowing she had a boyfriend, including regularly talking shit about him to me.
Oh, he knew. Oh, that's so much worse.
While telling me how great it would be if I were to replace him.
Okay. And he went along with this, by the way, Chad. I want this to be known that he went along with this.
Man, I know somebody's wife who was shit talking him behind the scenes nonstop to every VTuber in the space. Yeah, I know a guy's girlfriend who was shit talking him to every VTuber in the space. And you know what's crazy? Yeah, none of those VTubers who heard that story ever asked for proof.
Chat, quick lore drop. Tectone has had very, very unlucky. He has been very, very unlucky with women. 2 of them being VTubers. We don't need to go into that. Tectone's private life is his own. I don't want to talk about it. I just want to say, you know, we love the bald man, and we don't love the other 2. We're just gonna leave it at that.
Or the other person's side. Yeah, can you believe that? Even when that person has made it very clear that he has a document folder that he will share privately with over, I believe, what, 100 gigabytes of proof? Is strange, huh?
Yeah.
Is very strange. Yeah, so maybe we should start doing that, huh? Besides,
I'd say let it fly, Tech. You know me. I say let it fly.
I'm not your boyfriend, am I? No, but how nice that would be. Your perfect boyfriend material.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I've seen her. I was gonna say I would.
Here we go.
Good lord. Here we go. I cannot even read
go
this
out
stuff.
Behind his back, how sneaky. Hi, honey. I've been talking to this guy about how badly I want him to fuck me. Since you wanted to buy a fleshlight instead of giving me any attention when I'm needy. Fucking oof, dude. Literally, why would you ever need a fleshlight when you have a girlfriend? He sent me a screenshot a couple weeks ago telling me he was getting one, had the nerve to use it in front of me to show me how great it was.
Okay.
Wow, yeah, must be great. Yo, what the fuck? Bro, I swear to God, some VTubers just trauma dump, like, just to anybody. It's just so pathetic. Why are you telling motherfuckers about this shit, bro?
I don't.
That's like me inviting
I
you
have
to
no
a
idea.
chatterbait room so you can watch me fuck someone else in all the ways I would want to fuck you. Okay, well, that's not the same comparison at all. Okay, all right. Yeah, that's not a similar comparison at all. Okay, yeah, there's a big difference between fucking somebody else and using a fleshlight. What the fuck? Isn't that great? I'm very slowly not feeling as bad about him all this, because it did honestly leave a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. That all this was happening while you were taken, but then, yeah, it's a bit sad. Did you tell him it was fucked and hurtful to you? He asked me if it was okay, and after I explained how I felt, he told me it was too late to do anything about it because it shipped, and he kept it. I mean, far from it give you advice. It's your relationship. There's only one who can decide what you're okay with, and it is you two. It just sounds really sketchy to me. Also, why did he ask if you were okay with it after he bought it? Well, all I'm going to say is 2 wrongs don't make a right. I really wish I could see this bigger.
Yeah, me too. I can't. Okay. There
Right.
it. Perfect. I was going to say, I can't see shit.
As much as I enjoy sexting, it's not really a right if you still want to be with him. I would either try to reconcile with him and get what you need out of the relationship and step back from me a little bit, maybe consider taking a break. And I know that last part sounds fucking for me, but I swear on my life, I'm not being scummy about it. That's really just my opinion. I've really just been stressed about everything, and talking to you makes me feel so much better. I don't want to lose what we have, but I'm such an awful person, I don't deserve it anyways. I don't believe you're an awful person. I believe that you're stressed, you're emotional, and you're looking for something to make it better, which happened to me when I wasn't helping. Listen, taking a break from what I had just for a little bit, and you can see if I'm getting something out of them first, you really can't have both. Plus, it wouldn't be very fulfilling for me to just be the other guy. In the scenario to not get the full relationship experience myself, you can do it, sweetie. I believe you can truly. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'd do without you. I'm not saying stop talking to me completely. I'll still be right here to support you, whatever your decision you end up making. I love you so much. Don't know how to thank you. Despite what was evidently nothing serious for her, just a means of keeping herself occupied, she felt the need to keep stringing me along with proclamation of real love, which again, I was still didn't believe in the first place, but still, regardless, I'm always going to love you. For obvious reasons, I won't share any of the explicit sexting, not just because of the NSFW nature of it, also I don't think it helps. However, know that all this went for several months and included more than just text, as both the date and the content of the following screenshots prove. I mean, it looked like someone was going down there either way. It's called fingering deer.
Chad, I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven. Y'all want anything? I'm gonna go take a lap. I'll see you. Okay, sorry. What is happening?
Like sexting another man while in a relationship.
How long has that relationship been going on by this point in 2020?
Cinder trauma dumping to another person about how bad her relationship is to someone she is interested in. NTR.
I hate how you put that.
One
my
reason
God.
It felt important to share these details in particular is because I found out if Red got told about what happened, especially not in full lucidity, the primary reason I've held on to all this for so long is an itching feeling that Red never fully knew and always felt like it would be unnecessary drama, so I left it alone.
Right.
But now, seemed as good as any time. Red, if you're reading this, I'm sorry for all that happened back then, I really am. But given the actions you two have taken altogether regarding other VTubers, I still think you're perfect for each other regardless. In the end, after Cinder got done using me for fleeting sexual gratification, our conversation slowed down, exacerbated by the Cinder character coming to fruition and finding immediate success. I stopped making content for a decent length of time by then, and thus she no longer felt she could ladder climb from me. Hey, what was your exam for? I've been on Discord accounts super often, and I missed a bit. She made a new group chat without me. I kid, but yeah, there were an entrance exam for uni college. Nice, congrats on passing them. I've just been on the VTubing side of things, working out with commissions and whatnot. And Cinder doesn't want to be my friend, only Tashi does. It's just easier not having multiple ongoing conversations. Until eventually she stopped using that account altogether and she fully committed to Cinder, and I never heard from her again. So I was uncannily aware what happened even back then. I'll message you at this time in 2022 and you won't even remember who I am. I never forget you. That's pretty much it. This wasn't meant to be a witch hunt. We all make mistakes. Yes, it was. This is exactly what it was.
Okay,
and the
yeah.
reason why this is exactly what it was is because the time of posting for this is very, 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 very ideal.
I think if he didn't want this to be a witch hunt, he should have just kept this and took it to the grave, because like, who really wants to know about this? Who is actually gonna who would even know about this without this, right? I don't think she was ever gonna bring this up to anyone. Probably not even Red, especially not even Red.
Let's not lie. And
I
pretend
guess,
like this
whatever.
Was exactly what we were trying to do. Now, is it wrong to do? That's up to you to decide. But this is obviously a witch hunt. Finally getting back at this person you were romantically interested in that clearly was only using you to get off every now and then.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes, including me, as I've shown in the same document, but it felt like a good time to get off my chest, things that have been on it for half a decade now, and finally get some closure, even though I know how bad I look alongside her. She's an opportunist, whether she can find a way to be, and she does not care what happens to the people she springboards off from. I can only hope she takes this as an opportunity to change and grow as a person, and I'm just going to throw this one on for the end because it's kind of funny when you see it in retrospect. Thanks for reading. Don't forget about me when you become a big popular VTuber.
Okay.
Yeah. Rain and Cinder are very scummy in this document.
Yeah, they're both kind of weird. Like, why would you put this out there?
Claims this wasn't meant to be a witch hunt, but it very clearly was done with the proper timing to have this document gain the traction.
I just don't think Rain comes out looking better because of this. He actually comes out looking worse.
Is that wrong? Up to you to decide. Cool. Let's keep going here. Next document.
Who's next? Next is Bow the Whale.
I remember playing Phasmophobia with you and hearing Red and chat away next to you. First time you debuted 4 years ago. You told me he was your boyfriend. Then before TwitchCon, you switched up and you said,
there it
my
is.
manager is going with me on this trip. As if I didn't know who he was. It's even ickier to read this tweet knowing he is your significant other, and that you're probably going to try to avoid taking responsibility for hurting people who trusted you as friends by nuking the Red side of this duo. Well, to be completely honest, many VTubers... Hold up.
Oh, is he putting... Okay, yeah. Onto Vamp Peaches.
Vamp exposes Red being Cinder's boyfriend. Not really a big deal.
It's whatever.
Tons of VTubers hide the fact that they had significant others to farm more parasocials, to get gifted, and super chats.
I think having a significant other as a VTuber is fine. Obviously, it's a lot less profitable, especially if you're a woman. I think you should probably be upfront about it. Especially if you're going to be doing something like GFE experience, girlfriend experiences. I almost said GFE experiences. That would be girlfriend experiences. But, to get GFE experiences, it sounds funny, so I'm going to say it. If you're going to be doing that kind of thing, it is probably better and just to be in your best interest to not have any kind of significant other in any way. Because if you do that and they come out, you're pretty much going to be screwed. You're going to lose your audience and you're probably going to have, probably a lot of chargebacks. So you might want to make that very clear to your audience if you're going to be doing GFE to have that kind of forthcoming with your audience. I think Kitsunero, is Kitsunero the one who has a significant other? I can't remember. I'm just saying it because I can see her live right there on Twitch or on X at the moment. At the moment of this recording, and she's the first one that I'm thinking of. The first one I think of is Neanners, who is obviously very open with her relationship of soda poppin'. You gotta do this if you're gonna be in the in the business of farming parasocial relationships. It is always better for you in the end to tell people you have a significant other. By the way, if you do have a significant other as a VTuber, it's not a big deal. It's only a big deal if you're in like an agency. Outside of that, do whatever you want. That's why you're an indie. Do whatever you want.
Private. However, if Cinder throws away her boyfriend to try to alleviate some negative PR, that is going to be a big yikes from me, dog. Great. Brax.
All right, next one.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about this. He's fighting a 3 like Andy. All right, great.
Oh, did Braxophone get one guide?
Final document.
Braxophone's another gacha creator, in case you guys don't know.
Vamps post. And then we have...
It's kind of funny having my two accounts very separate. So I have to like explain.
Final document.
I have something to explain.
By the way, if you are, how many pages is this?
7.
Only 7. This should be a very quick read. This should be a very, very, very quick read. I want to encourage you guys, if you are new here, make sure to press follow. And by the way, I'm going to assume a lot of you guys are VTuber fans from Twitter. I want to let you guys know, I know a lot of this coming out might dishearten you. A lot of you guys might have one of your favorite content creators disillusioned from how they actually are, and I'm very sorry for everybody currently struggling with that. I know a lot of VTuber fans are very attached to their streamers, but at the end of the day, just watch who you like. If someone's a piece of shit behind the scenes, oh well, the entire VTubing space is fake anyways.
Okay. Okay.
It is what it is. It is what it is. What's this? But yeah, if you're here, I would love a like. I would love a sub. That would be great.
Hey, me too, chat.
Oh,
over this way.
My God.
What?
Sir, a second document has hit the tower.
No, this one's with Spike.
Another document dropped. Another one.
Dude,
another
there
one.
were so many documents coming out here all at once. It was so wild.
Holy shit. What is going on? What the fuck? Okay, well, we have another document to read. They're both quite short. It is what it is.
Oh, that's Spike.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Here we go for Bao the Whale.
The
I am a big fan of Bao. I actually I have a rap version to one of her songs. I don't know if I have it unlisted or not, or maybe I should even post it on here, because a lot of my music is not. When I went full gacha, I kind of dropped a lot of the VTubing aspects of myself, which includes music, karaoke, fun stuff like that, because it is a different beast when it comes to the gacha community. So just to be more over there, I'm more, I more went in line to what a gacha VTuber, I'm more of a gacha content creator than a gacha VTuber, if that makes sense. And one of the main, one thing that I will say is I love Bao. I love her music. I love her content. I love her shorts. Her butt is very big. That's very inappropriate, but I just wanted to say that. I don't know why I'm doing it as a Trump impression. Bao is very good. We love her. Sorry, let's go. She loves Blythe. That's always funny.
Sir, a 5th also hit the tower.
Who the hell is that? Oh, Scaramore. Who the hell is that?
What the fuck?
And there's more redacted. Okay.
Okay, so this is his opinion on this doc. There's another document. Okay. We will read this one as well. This is
I'm so glad he's kind of doing it all at once.
Okay, let's get the takeaways. Let's get the takeaway from Bows. Let's get in there. All right. Okay. Jesus. Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanolist has decided to share with me publicly and measure that directly mention me by name. I'd like to kindly ask everyone to refrain from turning this into a witch hunt, and remember that we are still humans at the end of the day. It's going to be a witch hunt. And we all know it's going to be a witch hunt. Yeah, before I want to start out, point why I'm judging both SINDER and redacted, despite the messages being largely from redacted, many times throughout the message's words, we're our. Occurred numerous times. As someone who is close to and worked with SINDER for years, I have firsthand experience of how SINDER and Red collaborate and the extent to which Red operates her primary point of contact, her professional and personal projects. And it is that experience that leads me to believe that all requests and messages sent by Red were both known about her and approved by SINDER. We've already confirmed this.
Yeah.
In March 2024, I announced that one of my subathon goals was a live 2D model. Nanolist was going to be the live 2D illustrator. After she finished both a design and
I don't remember if I've seen that model.
There was suddenly back and forth on whether
or did that model ever come to fruition? I don't remember.
My model. I was very sad, and I had only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I had grown very attached to the design and showed it to all my friends in a private group chat that SINDER was a part of. I shared how devastated I was when she did not comment or say anything, despite others in the group chat comforting me and reassuring me.
Oh my god, dude. Cinder is even in these group chats. That's wild.
The reason for her silence.
Chat,
Cinder and
this changes everything.
Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art from Nanolis. We've already seen these screenshots. We've seen all these. So these are confirmed. These are confirmed to be about Bao.
Oh.
Nanolis asked Redacted on why he's encouraging her not to finish my model. Redacted then lists my name amongst various VTubers as well as the vendettas Cinder and Redacted harbor against each. Bao has been getting our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor, constantly picking up artists that we work with. Now she's breaking up with the tree of one of our live video animators, has a way of guilt tripping others to get her way. This is what Redacted lists as reasons why Nanolis should cancel her ongoing live video commission with me, all while they continue to collaborate with me and pretend to be my friend. This is not what friends do. Friends do not sabotage other friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies and fuel selfish narratives.
I completely agree.
Friends do not use the private information they get from privilege of being close friends just to manipulate others. Jesus.
I agree.
If somebody on one of your friends is abusing your power and connections, how you get to the top, I hope you realize no one will be left when you get there. True. We've seen both of these.
Which I believe someone like Cinder has already come to terms with that, and she's probably okay with that, with the way that she treats her friends. I don't really think that her being at the top and now having to probably have no friends to talk to, and I imagine not a lot of people are going to want to work with her. I imagine she probably doesn't care as long as she has the views, the clout, and the community. And, you know, with that comes the money.
We've seen both of these.
Right.
I wouldn't offer it for free, maybe half price if she starts shit. I don't know what I have ever done either to Redacted or Cinder to this level of vitriol towards me. I don't remember having any issues or any problem that couldn't have been solved by talking. Regarding the measures where Cinder and Redacted openly accuse me of stealing their YouTube editor, Boss Rush music video animator, as well as any artist they have worked with. Let's read these. Screenshots always help. Hi, Kaiser. Nice to meet you. I was just watching your stream highlight about me and Cinder's collab. Love your editing style and humor. Was curious if I could request a video edit of you every now and then if you have the availability. My username is Bao on Discord if you want to chit-chat more there. Thanks again. Hi, Bao. I'd love to edit a video for you. I just had a friend on Discord. She hijacked our YouTube editor. Their YouTube editor, Kaiser, a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Cinder, my channel manager, John, and I asked Kaiser for one stream highlight per month as we are aware of this extensive position. As Cinder's channel manager, I made a point to note this is my inquiry email to him in 2023. On March 20th, I started a Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors. In this group call, Kaiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Cinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal.
Oh.
As a friend of both Cinder and Kaiser, I encouraged him to take the deal and reassured him that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it meant I would lose him as an editor. The other editors who were in the call can corroborate this. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel now, knowing that on the other side of this conversation, Cinder and Redacted were actively portraying me as a thief and a detriment to their business. I have only ever supported them and their activities and never once thought that I somehow gotten on their nerves. Bao had original songs that last year had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped.
Oh, I thought she was talking about Cinder having a song.
Songs that
or he did.
That last year had MVs by her editor, and the songs
He was talking about Bao? That's so bad, bro. Why would you say something like that? I mean, that's lame. I'm telling you, bro, this guy needs to have, like... This guy needs to get, like... How do I say this without, you know... He needs his lunch money stolen or something. He needs to, like, get thrown into a locker and get called a nerd. Because he's just, like... He's such a dork, bro. He's such a lame, bro. Oh, my God. He gets on my nerve when the more that I learn about Redacted. He's such a dweeb, bro. I don't know how else to say it. He's just so lame.
Well,
whatever.
we love working with you.
And I gotta say this, chat. If you make friends in the VTubing space and they seem like legitimate friends, you will lose so much more betraying them in the end and going solo than you would if you have a bunch of friends to collaborate with. Like, hang on to your friendships. Don't just throw them under the bus because you think you're gonna get a lot more out of it or something. You're just so... You just need... Like, what is wrong with you, bro? Do you not like people? I don't understand. I don't like people, to be fair, but, like, I'm by myself. I'm alone. so I show that. But like, if you're trying to be friends with people, bro, come on, man.
Would it be Cinder without Nano? Okay, but like, let me tell you the tea about the MV thing. Bao had original songs last year that had MV's editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work and Bao. He says he loved working on it and was super excited to go to the next MV project. Boss Rush song blow up. He credited the editor. I asked him when he's free to get the next project. All of a sudden, he changed his mind. Is only with Bao going forward. No explanation. Great. So let's talk about this real quick. So Bao dispels claims that Cinder and Red were making, calling Bao a editor and MV maker thief. Confirms how hurt she is by having her friend attempt to be overly competitive and ruin her image and her models and impacting her career
Chicken jockey.
negatively.
Google Docky.
Says that Cinder could make it to the top, but when she gets there, she will be alone. I'm in shock and disbelief that this is some narrative they decided I deserved, saying that I had harbored invisible jealousy because my songs flopped made me feel sick to my stomach. In late 2024, I was dealing with a debilitating TMJ pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw joint to open my mouth properly. They don't do this. I've always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me.
I hope Bao was doing a lot better.
Simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. I would like to personally confirm that Bao has always, back in the day, only been kind to me and helped me with anything that I ever needed. And I also believe that Bao was someone who helps her friends very much. From my own personal experience, I am slightly biased, but Bao was always great to me.
I think Bao is great.
That being said,
I agree.
I would like to say, little bit fucking crazy.
If you tell me something like Bao is, I don't know how you say this. If you tell me Bao, when Bao walks into the room, you know, it's all love and you can just feel her emotion and her craziness just gleam from her, I would believe it, you know. When Bao walks into a room, I assume puppies smile and cats are filled with joy. That's how I imagine Bao. Like, she is crazy, though. Don't get me wrong. Don't let a humanoid dog person near her like Blythe or Lycon. But other than that, I assume Bao is just such a sweetheart. I imagine. I have, unfortunately, I couldn't recognize her at TwitchCon, so I wasn't able to meet her. But I have no reason, no rhyme or reason to believe anything negative about Bao. And she can sing. Oh my God, she's an amazing singer.
Little bit crazy. Is anybody shocked by that? No, not really.
No, not really. She's a little crazy. That's funny.
All right.
Sacramore dropped a document too if you haven't seen that.
Oh, don't worry, man. We have that pulled up too. We're 99% sure she told him, Sacramore, to not do any more with us. Boss Rush Music.
Oh, Sacramore's the editor. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Editor now, Best Rush Project. We've already seen all this. Yep. We've already seen all this. We have not seen this.
Oh.
That's super weird. After using up 2 more comms for peeps, I'll be shutting down my comms forever and editing anonymously in-house for Bao VTuber. Anonymously in-house is that we will never be credited publicly, so no one knows who does this, who works for Bao. Oh, it's literally it, lol. This literally reads like a hostage note. I asked to be anonymous since I'd separate from being known as a freelancer. No one does this. No one decides to do this as their own. This was 2 weeks after Boss Rush came out. Yeah, it's pretty weird. In these messages, Cinder and Redad are referring to my animator, Sacramore, whom I've been working with since 2023. Ooh, a Mushoku Tensei fan.
Ooh.
There's 2 times with Mushoku Tensei fans.
Oh boy. Oh no.
In 2024, Sack
Oh
asked
no,
me to be
no.
completely exclusive for me and work for me in-house with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects on brand without having VTuber asking for more work. I was happy to accept. I want to reiterate this was Sack's decision and no one else's. Here is proof of Sack mentioning his wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel manager Jun Beppis back in 2024.
Beppis, that's a great name.
Beppis. That I locked Sacramore up due to Boss Rush success.
Beppis.
Bao dispels claims that she locked up Sakura, her editor. Why aren't you solving this privately? If you look at the timeline of events from Nano's documents, some of those measures date back years. I found out about this mess less than 48 hours ago. That did not give me common courtesy of talking to me privately about this over those years. My thoughts, feelings, my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in common with people who I thought would be my side for years and for years from now on.
Chat, take this as a big takeaway from all this. Message your friends. Don't do things behind their backs. I promise you, the pain of telling them something messed up will last about an hour at most, but they will be a lot more, how do I say this? They'll be a lot more thankful to you to come to them privately and telling them things that you want them to know. There is so much more pain and so much more lingering if you do this behind their back for years and then bringing it to light in a way where it becomes public. I feel bad for Bao. I can't imagine what this feels like. This is so messed up from not, I almost said Nanolis. No, not Nanolis. Shout out to Nanolis. Redacted and Cinder and all that. This is just like, I don't even know how to say this, bro.
May have been used as information to ruin my chance to have the same VTuber model as someone I thought was my friend, and I don't know how I can ever be the same after this. I would like to ask the community to refrain from spreading harmful speculation. Everything shared in this document was done so with the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the intent to refute the claims about me in the screenshots. Thank you for taking your time to read this. Bao completely dissolves herself from wrongdoing. Great, Doc. Let's keep going. All right.
We love Bao. We love Bao. Yippee.
Spite's document.
Oh, right. I forgot about Spite. We have two more. This is Spite, and then there would be...
Absolves? You're right. Not dissolves. Absolves. Thank you.
This would be
Great document.
Spite and...
Good job, Bao. Very clean. Very, very, very clean.
This should be Bao's and... No, this should be Spite's and someone else's.
This is the fourth. Another one. The fourth. More
hey, that
like
guy's a
fourth,
jailbird. Shout out to that guy.
Sorry. Let me correct this. Sir, a 30-second document has hit the tower.
Hey, Tectone, he's such a jackass.
Jesus. Here we go.
I love Techie, bro. He's
Spite's
so stupid.
document. This one is very short.
Here we go. All right, cool. Short one. Let's get it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I want to start by saying, please do not send hate to anyone involved in this. I only wish to speak my experiences and give more clarity on those experiences. Hate will be sent due to this document.
Yeah.
Deserve
I
or
want
not, up to you to decide.
I'm not gonna whatever. I'm just gonna say you guys are wasting your time with that in the beginning. Just let it fly, quick and easy.
First
let
and
it go.
foremost, my love and admiration goes out to Nanolis for having the courage to bring this to light. Artists are the backbone of our community, and taking advantage of our goodwill and personality is saddening to see. I want to take the time to address what has been brought to light involving myself and what I've experienced over the years that coincide with these events. In this screenshot, VTuber that is being talked about it very clearly to me. Since the beginning of my VTubing journey, it has been written in my backstory and lore that I am the daughter of Cerberus. And through an unforeseen summoning mishap, the Greek goddess Hecate, as many know, Cerberus is a species of hellhound.
Kakashi
and I've always
Hecate?
the number 3 in my designs for all the 3 heads of Cerberus. In my early design, when artists were still learning the new model rigging techniques, I had out over 2 other wolf heads on my shoulders as pauldrons to symbolically represent my 2 heads. However, the repeated comments of, oh, if you're a Cerberus, where are your other 2 heads, had pushed me to use the broader term hellhound at the time. Fast forward months to a year into my journey, and I started to receive harassment and berating comment and chat messages on Twitch and YouTube videos, comparing me to Cinder and putting me down for being a hellhound. Making the definitive switch to the Cerberus label brought me a sense of relief, because the last thing I wanted to be constantly compared to harassed at this point. I didn't want to be associated with her due to all the negativity that was being thrown my way. We've already seen these screenshots, and I will admit, Spite and Cinder's VTuber model are ridiculously similar. Like, ridiculously similar, just to be completely fair.
I agree.
I can understand
I agree. Yeah. I think they're similar.
As for the claim to unfollowing her and taking her ideas, I debuted my 2.0 live model May 14th, 22nd. On that same day, she decided to post her debut announcement for her 1.0 live 2D model. Leading up to this time, I didn't know who Cinder was at all. I had no idea she had fire in her ears and she was another hellhound. Okay. The creator space is broad, and I still stumble across creators larger than myself that I feel I've never heard before. I never once stole her ideas. All I ever wanted to be is unique in my own way. So these claims I was following her and then unfollowing her and stealing her ideas are absolutely baseless and uncalled for. Yeah, well, I don't know about all that. Especially since you just said on the same day This is not the same. Oh, that's the debut of the 14th at 3 p.m. Oh, it was the exact same day. Well, that is not good at all now, is it? Interesting. Posing her hate debut announcement trailer the same day as my 2.0 debut seemed off, but I shrugged it off as a coincidence because things happen. However, this wasn't the last time something like this had happened. There have been multiple times where I have done something in either the same day or shortly after I was made aware of or had discovered later that something similar had been posted, making me feel like I was somewhat being watched constantly. I tried to best
that is kind of weird.
I tried my best to believe that it was just coincidental and not ill intent on their part. There were many times I designed a new outfit that I was really excited for, but afterwards, SINDER would release outfits or models with similarities to it. I didn't think much of it as first because it is known for to have some similarities or shared experience, inspiration with other creators. Spite insinuates that SINDER is and was copying her, not the other way around.
That's interesting.
The VTubing community is huge spaces similar are normal. I'm not speaking to whether my designs were taken as direct references of hers. I'm removing the need for unprovoked tweets mentioned in the screenshot above and showing when I made the statements to make it clear that I was not stealing ideas. How can I copy a boba? Something that was released, teased, revealed on my own. On July 20th, 2022, Mau Live, my model mama, and I worked on comfy goth girl outfits. I had ripped t-shirts, a G-string, shorts, and a spiked wrist cuff.
Oh my goodness, G-strings.
After
good heavens.
Debuted a similar outfit. I included the earliest image that I could find with SINDER in this outfit. I received many negative comments about my design from people assuming that I copied her when I debuted it 2 weeks before hers. I got called off-brand SINDER and just a horrible bunch of things.
June 20th, 2022. I like Spite's model, by the way. It's great.
Oh, man.
Oh, we have receipts, baby.
Screenshots of these claims.
I'm gonna be honest, chat. This is something that is gonna happen if you have what do you call it? If you have a bigger VTuber coming against a smaller VTuber, people are going to side with the bigger VTuber unless you have receipts. Always have receipts, chat. If you do not have receipts, the bigger VTuber will be believed above you. Always come with receipts. It's just better for you.
Spite showing off her outfit in July 2022. SINDER then having a near identical outfit on September 14th, 2022. Interesting. I discovered the merchandise that you used for the uwu market had to do a double take because the gray blue skin tone I used in the art. Some people thought it was me, and the similarities for the this isn't Spite. That's SINDER.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, this sorry, I had to reach for this. Pyro Power, if that's what it's called. What's it called? SINDER's Gamer Subs flavor. If I'm not mistaken, it comes with a blue variant. So she has very much gone through having this blue model. Let me remember. I don't even remember what this tastes like, chat. Let's take a dry scoop right here. The small one, Salut. It's pretty good. Good stuff.
Oh, man.
It's a mistake.
Damn.
That's pretty good. Oh, that's really good.
Wait, she like
Wow,
straight up.
Some of this stuff.
Like that looks the same.
This is
okay.
If you told me this was SINDER, or if you didn't tell me this was SINDER, I would have no idea. I would have thought this was. I would have thought that this was. God, what's her name? Spite, which is kind of an ironic name now that I think about it.
Nah, that's pretty fucking crazy.
That's pretty bad.
On April 29th, 2024, I designed a Greek goddess outfit on stream. I am a Cerberus VTuber, so it fits my lore completely.
Cool.
I mentioned that I may or may not get a future Greek goddess outfit because it fits my branding. About 4 months ago, SINDER debuted a Heaven Okami inspired outfit that was white and gold, resembling a Greek goddess. In the background for her debut, she also included a Greek column. So at this point, I felt like nothing I could come with would even slightly be original to me. I'm aware that nothing is original, but I wanted my own identity. Yeah.
Oh,
Looks
okay.
cool.
I love it. I love
Makes
it.
sense.
Nice tits. amazing. God, they're so huge.
Looks cool.
Dude, I actually really like Spite's model. I might have to check out Spite, Chad. I'm actually a big fan. Infinity Booba window. That's so silly. Sorry, that caught me off guard. I love this design. I might have to check out Spite, chat.
Makes sense.
Holy honkers.
Ooh.
My goodness. Oh, right. The pillars in the back. Sorry, I got distracted.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not a fan of
That
Cinder anymore. I mean, I might not be a fan of Cinder,
pretty
but I'm
rough,
still a big
dude.
fan of big
I'm
honkers.
not gonna lie. That is pretty fucking rough, brother.
That's stinky,
Yeah,
chat. That's
fucking
not good.
insane.
That is not
Jesus.
good.
All right.
That's so oh my god, I don't understand. Why did she do this? Did she know Spite before this or something? This feels like she did this on purpose, and I cannot imagine why.
20th, 2024, I debuted a new model for my model mama, REBT. I got a hoodie with a cute design on top and had side bangs covering my eyes. On April 4th, 2025, Cinder debuted a sports hoodie with side bangs covering her eyes similar to mine.
Oh my god. Oh no, bro. Again, both of you ladies, amazing breasts, but why, bro? Amazing breasts. I love them both. I don't want to say I love one over another, chat. They're both amazing. Best breasts I've ever seen. Sorry, that's very inappropriate. That's really bad, bro. Oh my god, the eyes, her eyes. Chat, look at her eyes. Other than the scar, they are pretty much. Oh no, this is 1-to-1. That's not good. It's the same photo. Anyone from the gotcha community, you guys might know that. It's the same photo.
Oh, this is crazy.
That chat, this changes everything.
Oh, this is crazy. Oh my god.
And there it is, chat.
At a certain point, guys.
And there it is.
Oh. Man, can you believe this happened accidentally, guys?
Wow, chat. This happened more than once? That's kind of unlucky.
I can't believe Cinder accidentally kept making the same outfits. And you know what's crazy? At the beginning of this video, I also thought that Spite was just copying Cinder. So
I did as well. Actually, genuinely, I thought as well. I'm not going to lie. I kind of kept it to myself, but I did think that Cinder was, or I also thought, because I looked it up earlier as well, because I was going to try to go through all these documents, and then I realized I have the reading comprehension of a 5th grader. I realized that I looked at Spite, and I was like, huh, she kind of looks like Cinder. That's kind of weird.
Been fucking her career for years.
I hope, if anything, I hope Spite comes up on top out of all of this. I hope she grows. In fact, hell, in my opinion, I think she deserves to take over Cinder's spot at that like 3K viewers, at that like 1 to 3K viewer spot. I believe that Spite now deserves it. Like, honestly.
I mean, this is like 3 or 4 times.
You might, if you're a pyro pup, you might as well just go watch Spite. It's like watching Cinder, but better.
Listen, right? Coincidences, they make a dot on a graph.
And every
but
dot,
when enough dots happen on that graph,
every dot makes a line.
Eventually, they start making
line makes a circle.
And I think you can connect all this shit to give you a pretty reasonable expectation and a pretty reasonable understanding of what's going on here. Okay, Asmongold? I know, it was a good one, right?
I got it from Asmongold too. That's why I knew
he's gone, man. He's gone.
That's what I knew. That's why I knew what he was gonna say, because Tech says it, or because Asmon says it. I knew that Tech was gonna say it.
I gotta at least let y'all feel that he's still here in some way.
Chat, we lost both the bald men. What do we do now?
No, I mean, listen.
Free my boy Tectone. He deserves it.
You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Seems like we got a rat here, boys. Seems like we got a rat here, boys.
Oh, no.
What's going on?
What do you mean by that, man? What the hell does that mean?
It's what it is.
It's what it is.
There are some instances that I do not have screenshots of, for example. I remember posting my first ASMR stream. The day that I was supposed to do said stream, Cinder plugged her ASMR channel. I thought it was a bit suspect, but I brushed it off. I don't have any screenshots of the comments and bullying that I received from our community. There were too many that it became too much to keep track and just started ignoring them. Because I never wanted to save images of their words that hurt me. I didn't even want to read the harassing comments in the first place. I just wanted to be left alone and happy in my own space. I received the DM on January 25th, 2023. I will not disclose who the sender was without their consent. The sender expressed to me that they were going to get bullied by Cinder and certain members of Cinder's community because she's too hard, because she had fire in her ears. I never responded to the DM because I wanted to stay away from the drama as much as possible. Hey, you popped in my feed and just say, I love your design. I had a rather odd question, I suppose. Have you had any message from the VTuber Cinder regarding your design? This may seem out of nowhere, but I'm only asking because I made an OC like that a while back and it was accused of her and others of stealing her design because my dog girl had flames in her ears and her face claimed it was exclusive from her design. Thank you, bro. It was this whole big ordeal on Twitter, so I wonder if anything's ever happened to you yet. I would like to clarify, I myself not saying your design looks like hers. I was scrolling, so you're totally awesome design. When I saw the flames near in the ears, I had flashbacks and thought to myself, oh no. So I guess it's just my curiosity getting the best of me. Let's wrap it up. I'm just very saddened and disappointed in the situation. I was suspicious about this, but I never want to be a part of the drama, so I kept quiet. I've also seen what happens when a creator stands up for themselves and receives major backlash, even if they're in the right, so I've never vocalized my concern. Very true. That is how it goes in the VTuber space. It is very true. If you have drama, that can be career suicide in this field. I've always designed my own models. I've gotten inspiration from Cerberus with the chains and spikes, Disney's Hades, and because I call myself a goth GF, I was inspired by Sam and Ember from Danny Phantom, plus many of our other goth cars that we've had growing up. I just focused on myself and my friends, while meanwhile, I had eyes on me the whole time. Knowing that I was being watched and talked poorly about really hurts, especially when they never attempted to interact with me. I did my best to go through and find what I could and get the appropriate screenshots. It's crazy because I didn't know who Cinder was until she debuted her live 2D. I just wanted to exist peacefully as a VTuber and spend my time drama-free. I woke up this morning in shock. It's terrifying and hurtful to know that someone who could attempt to blacklist me when I've never even spoken to them. I hope going forward that no one else has to experience anything like this. Thank you guys for being supportive towards me. I love this community so much. Please go and give love to all the support who have unfortunately been involved in this situation. Please support an analyst who is brave enough to speak up when the VTubers were affected. Please support my first model, Mama, and wonderful Mau Live, and also most recent model, Mama, the wholesome REVT.
I was wanting to say Maulani because of Genshin Impact. That's my bad.
Very interesting. Let's do the final doc.
Scaramore, which I believe is the editor, if I'm not mistaken.
Sacramore.
Oh, Sacramore. I'm so Genshin brained. I read it. At first I was reading it as Scaramouche, and then I read it as Scaramore.
The Spite one is, in my opinion, that's really bad.
That's insanely bad.
If any of those were to be easily disprovable, it would be that one. I am very curious to hear Cinder's response to that one.
Oh, she has her document as well. I would have to look at it.
To think that everybody calling Spite a Cinder knockoff, when in reality, Cinder was the one stealing from Spite. That's insane.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That is legit fucking crazy.
That's really bad.
We got another contender.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Jesus. Do you remember when she said her entire following to attack me because I made an ASMR roleplay with this Hellhound OC and that it was copying her? Or how about when she was actively liking tweets calling me names? Of course you don't remember because she made me delete every tweet regarding it after it happened.
Oh.
This mean girl behavior is not new. Smaller creators like myself are just intimidated into silence and pretending like it never happened. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Your likes are public, chat.
Really lines up.
Or at least not anymore, but they used to be.
With her behavior with her and Red.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Wait, so she's gatekeeping?
I think the worst part about this is if you take out Cinder and you get rid of her and she is no longer a big part of the VTubing community and no longer has the influence that she has to gatekeep people like this, the worst part about it is it's not really going to change much, chat. I'm sorry to say it, and it really sounds kind of depressing, but at the end of the day, Cinder isn't the last one. Chat, the real one is not among them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are more people like this, and it's sad to say, and I'm really, you know, I don't want to be the one to say this to get people down to not want to interact with people or be friends in any kind of way, but you do have to know the truth that that's just how it is in this space. And it's not just this space. This is just how streaming is in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Gatekeeping, gaslighting,
and girl bossing,
manipulating, and
Love
being
you,
competitive with your friends enough to want to stall their success so you can have it instead of them. Oh, sorry. She's gaslighting, she's gatekeeping, and even worse, she's girl bossing. Holy,
that's probably the worst part about it.
That's not true. I'm worse than everybody else. Right? And don't you ever insult me ever again. I am worse than every other person on the internet. Yeah, absolutely not. Well, let's get into it. We got the final doc.
Redacted,
we have been reading for an hour and a half straight
this
so
is Scaramore.
I would like
Sacramore.
to say, if you
God
are
damn it.
new
I'm
here,
so sorry, Sacramore.
make sure
I
to
keep
follow
saying
the stream.
Scaramore.
We stream every day at 9 a.m. CST, or at least we try to. Sometimes we go late because I stream at 10 a.m. CST because I'm busy fucking my girlfriend, your mom. All right, cool.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
This is from, I believe their name is Sacramore.
Yeah.
This is from Sacramore.
I'm so sorry. I keep saying
and I
Scaramore.
believe this is Bao's editor.
Sacramore.
So let's see what they have to say about this entire situation.
Genshin Brain is
very
always a bad thing, chat.
And I will try to keep this brief since I don't really think that they, Red specifically, deserve any more of my attention after hearing what they have said about me. And also working with them was, first off, to address this. Oh shit, yeah, that's super weird. This is Sacramore saying they're closing down comms. Anonymous in-house, as in will never be credited publicly. Oh, that's right. We needed answers on this.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Oh, it literally is, lol. This literally reads like a hostage note. I remember we read this before. Great. I asked Bao to go anonymous and in-house because I had been wanting to focus on my own projects for 2025. Because I had pretty much spent all of 2023, 2024 doing videos for others. It was having a lot of people company reach out to me, ask me to work with them, and I am not good at saying no to work opportunities. Since in general, just being an editor is not a long-term sustaining thing in most scenarios, hence why a large majority either turn to becoming managers or their own content creators with their own platform. So I just want to be left alone this year to work on other things than just editing for people. Which is why I want to be separated from my commission work, since I do not like the idea of just being labeled as an editor. Okay, great. This is once again the context of Redacted trying to fuck over Nano and how Bao is behind the scenes. We've already read this before. When me and Cinder initially discussed working on a music video project at TwitchCon, everything was fine and friendly. However, the part that is stated as practically jumped through hoops, a bit of an overstatement to say the least. Since they had asked me a significant amount of times trying to get me to work with them after I told them no multiple times, and I only said yes because they offered double pay.
Screw it, double pay. You gotta date your money.
For MV in a week or two, would you? Oh, I'm completely full every day this month, and earliest I can do is November 9th. Just checking, thank you. No problem. I'm 100% down for one after that date, though. Sorry to bother you, but do you all know the exact date? Since I can try working something out to fit in if y'all want by the 22nd-ish. Is it all right if I let y'all know in 2-3 days? Hey, Red, thanks for waiting. So I've been trying to figure out if there was any feasible way I could slide Cinder into my schedule this month, but between moving in my new apartment this week and the Halloween albums, I think November 9th is the very earliest I can start. I'm very sorry. But if there's any project after that date you'd like me to do, I can lock you into my calendar 100%. Again, very sorry for any inconvenience. How long does it usually take for you to edit an MV? Okay.
Oh, God. Please stop having these small-ass...
Depends.
Small-ass screenshots.
Length, so optimally it would be a little bit over a week or two for Rush. How do you feel about giving you everything for the MV now, work on it in between for your other projects, and having it at the end of October? I really would love to be able to squeeze y'all in. Absolutely, I would if I could, but I generally don't have any other free days until November 9th at the earliest. This month and the start of November is literally just an ass beating for my schedule. Okay, thanks though, Sack. You're missing out on a good one.
Okay.
Okay. When was it?
That's fine. I think that's fine to say. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. I think that's okay.
Now, this guy is fucking persistent. Until the first week of December, I think. When is it just coming out now? When it's ready. Lamau, I'll probably start on a day or two after Bao's MV in that case. Okay. This song has a lot of typography. Is that something you're good with? Can I hear it? If not, no worries, just so I can get an idea. Is it English or JP? English, a lot of animated text with different fonts. Yeah, it's fine. Is it just one still image he's working for artwork? No. I can send you more details in a week or two. Yeah, that sound should be good. Just send me when you got more info, but I'm super down. Are you available? Sorry for getting back so late. I'm all good. Still 100% down to do it. I'll be able to start the first or second week of December for like mid-December release. That's okay. Redacted, where you were hoping end of November release. Oh yeah, that'd be impossible for me. Whew. Like I said, I'm still super down to do it and really hope to be able to work with Cinder on the video, but my schedule is always super packed, fully planned, weeks and months ahead without much wiggle room. So just let me know what y'all would like to do or feeling. What if we pay you double? You can send the invoice to blank whenever we'll get paid ASAP. Also, I'm not sure what they're on about with Bao not knowing about me working with them, since I asked Bao and Cinder and Red standing right next to me at TwitchCon if it was fine, since I had agreed to do all the Halloween album, it would probably be miss one of the songs, and she had no problems with it at all. I come bearing gifts. I hope the girlies like it. Also, the stream was pushed back for the reason of the video wasn't done yet. Song was going up at 2 p.m., if I remember. However, this part really got under my skin due to the fact that it was just straight up not true. And if something goes wrong in the video production line, no matter who's at fault, the blame will all fall down to the editor animator pretty much every time. I'm still not sure why stream was pushed back. So it felt as if I was getting passive aggressively blamed on public stream in front of thousands of people for lateness. Really upset me since the video was not late under a very tight deadline where I did not even receive all the artwork until the 18th. The first master until the 19th, and then was asked to also make a teaser version as well as an ad for the end of the video. For their merch on the 21st, which I was not informed of all prior to planning. I also had to skip going home for Thanksgiving after having a family member to pass this video done and rush the hell out of it. The entire video was done from scratch, a little under 2 weeks, so there was quite a few visual and audio assets I did not have time that even remotely resemble what the final product would sound like. So I felt this was an attack on my work ethic, which is something I would take quite a lot of pride in. Jesus Christ.
That's so much. Holy shit.
I did not receive the merch added on the 27th earlier. Great. A lot of screenshots, and even though with all the extra revisions and trailers, the video was completely delivered on time, even though enough time for future product access to 4K version. There's probably more time that I can clarify, since I believe this document was a waste of time. Right, cool. We didn't really need to read that. Second document supporting.
Yeah, I mean, he's just giving his side of the story. It's not really a big deal. It's
pretty much it. That last document.
I mean, really I don't want to like downplay. Like he's had enough of his opinions downplayed already. I think it's very important for him to get out his opinions. Anyone who is part of this whole thing definitely needs to get out his opinions. And I think especially the fact that he didn't go home for Thanksgiving. I think that sucks, dude. I really hope that he is now in a better place in terms of his work condition and, you know, being able to do all the work that he wants to. For whoever he wants to. I think that I hope the best
really
for him.
Need it. All right. Done.
Jesus. It's not done. There's going to be so much more. Chat, there's going to be more videos coming out about this because...
That was insane.
And I might even have to go through Techie's again because he's really good at reading things really fast. So that's how that's going to go.
3, 4, 5, 6 documents.
Is there another document at the end of this?
6 documents being read. I don't think we need any more. The big one, if another document drops, it's not that big of a deal. We now wait for Cinder's response.
Silver's came out and then Cinder's came out.
2 hours, 4 documents, 2 posts.
I think he just tweets about this.
Backstab her friends.
Yeah, he just made your takeaways.
Gaslight and manipulate editors.
Workers. Let me just skip ahead.
But for now... Yeah, this will save a lot of people a lot of time. Appreciate you guys. Justice for Spite as well. True.
Well, yeah, definitely. I definitely want to say justice for Spite.
Yeah. What'd you guys think? Where are you guys at? Where's your head at? How many of y'all think she's fucked? I'm not gonna lie. In the VTubing space, I think she's actually cooked.
I think that pretty much takes everything away from. We got all the major takeaways. We got a lot of the documents out of the way. This is not all the documents. Of course, Cinder herself just put out an apology, and maybe I'll read that just because there's no screenshots, so I don't have to like squint my eyes to try to read them. And it's not that long, which is probably a bad thing to be completely honest. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's take away the major takeaways is that if you're going to be screwing people over, probably don't do it to your friends, and especially don't try to keep another VTuber down for no reason. If you don't even know them, you don't interact with them, like what is your problem? And the major takeaway, if you think of anything and if you leave this video, this long as almost 2.5 hour video with anything, is that Redacted is a pencil neck dork who should probably get a wedgie and get thrown into a locker and have his lunch money stolen, because what is actually wrong with you? Anyways, chat, shout out to Tectone. Tectone coming in here, reading everything so I can come in and commentate on it. We love the bald man, chat. Let me know how you guys feel about this. Tell me your thoughts on all this. And I know this was a long one. Chat, comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch you gamers in the next one, which will probably be another Cinder video. Anyways, goodbye.